right. After 300 and was it a leap year on 2020?
Yeah, 2020 is a leap year.
All right. After 366 days, ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it to 2021. But we're not done getting 2020 out of our fucking mouths yet. We have so much shit to break down. Unfortunately, Q is dead. He's
What?
not really. He's not really dead. He's not really dead. He's just busy. He's got like a lot of personal shit. 2020 was a bad year for him for a lot of personal shit. So I'm gonna let that man handle his business. You know, he's been courteous and shit. He said nice words, nothing bad. But I wanted to have an end of the year podcast, and I didn't want you guys hearing me just talk for that long. It's always cool to have a friend who fucking survived the year with you. And so we got from the Torres cast. I've been on his shit numerous times. Now he's been on my shit once. This is gonna be a second time. Ladies and gentlemen, from Two Raw Entertainment, from the Torres cast, DJ.
Yeah.
That was the cheesiest fucking song. Hey y'all, but fuck yeah, man. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. We'll talk about that another time, because that's 2021 problems. But right now, we're just gonna reminisce on 2020 problems.
What a
All right.
fucking country we live in, huh?
Fuck yeah, man. So we're gonna break this down. I'm gonna break it down month by month. If anything else pops up that I know of, we can talk about it when it pops up. But I'm gonna bring it off like this. We're gonna start off in chapters, the 12 chapters of death that was 2020. And the first chapter is January. And you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. January was solid for me. Got the security job with the place that I work at now. You were doing good. Oh, in January, let's not forget, I got to be a part of a short film, and then got immediately kicked out of a supposed wrestling company. That happened in January. that
Dang, that all happened.
was
Fuck.
that was in
2020
January. That
was
was in January.
long.
2020 was long as hell. That was in January that it happened. Because remember, they did their shitty show in December, and I'm gonna release that audio so y'all could hear it. It wasn't that clear, but I'm gonna release that audio so y'all could know what we're talking about. That's part one. I'm gonna do a part two where we're gonna more depth. But in 2020, that's when I finally mutually departed with that company to join what this was supposed to be. Tell us what this supposed to be, DJ. Talking about, oh, we're gonna have a show in
We
fucking.
could have, but everybody bailed out on it.
Not me.
Fucking, fucking pansies.
I stayed on it. I said I was gonna join. Oh yeah, so yeah, January, we were working on this side project, which we're still gonna do, even if it's just fucking backyard for the moment. God damn it, we put money and time into this. REW, Raw Elite Wrestling. Hopefully we don't get sued for that name. But anyways, so while that was going, we had to leave the shitty company known as IWF. That happened in January. We filmed a short film. So nothing much in January other than us talking about this and other than us making the plans to buy it. Anything happened in you January? I'm gonna get to the big event of January, but tell me what you had up in January.
Uh, everything just fucking gels together. So, January was like my first month of being unemployed because I got furloughed from the railroad in December 31st. Um, I went to the Royal Rumble. That was fun.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, let's talk about motherfuckers trying to finesse your tweets when you put the video of Sammy Guevara first. You remember that shit?
That's right. That oh god damn it, 2020 was so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, 2020
Yeah,
was long.
we went to the Rumble. It was a few of us, me, my wife, my daughter, my dad, my brother, some friends and stuff. Ran into a couple other friends up there. They were in a completely different section. Um, so we pull up. This is like probably the luckiest I've ever been when it comes to meeting a wrestler. So as you all know, AEW started 2019, October of 2019. Technically May because they had their first pay per view or whatever. But whatever. They really Dynamite started in October 2019, and so Of course, you guys know the inner circle. If you're wrestling fans, you know the inner circle: Jericho, Santana Ortiz, Hager, and Sam Gore. That's the original group at the time. And so we pull up to the Rumble, which was at Minute Maid Park,
So,
Minute Maid Stadium.
oh, that's right. It was at Minute Maid, huh?
It was at
Yeah.
Minute Maid, yeah. And so we pull up, and my wife had her purse, and we walk up, and they're like, "Oh, you can't have a purse. You know, you can only have clear bags or whatever. Whatever's stupid. You know, they all got their stupid rules because of shit that just
Because
happened.
before pandemic, the biggest mass gathering problem was shootings.
Yeah, it was fucking shootings. There's always fucking something going on. So, um, my wife was like, "Oh, can you go back?" Which is understandable. She wanted me to go back to the car. She couldn't walk over there by herself. I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to go because I want to get in, see the pre-show and all this shit." I go, drop it off. As I'm pulling up, like as I'm pulling back up to the spot that we entered through, like from the opposite side, kind of like closer to the building, I just see like a tank, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this nerd on a fucking tank?" Well, it turns out that nerd was Sammy Guevara. And he cut the famous Scott Steiner math promo. I was like literally right there, the first person he talked to. Uh, of course, AEW is new at this point, so not really many people were chanting like AEW or saying. There's a lot of people asking me because I was interacting with him. I was
Yeah.
asking him questions and stuff. So people were like, "Oh, hey, who's that guy?" And I was like, "Oh, he's a wrestler." And they're like, "Oh, he's gonna be on the show tonight." And I was like, "No, he wrestles for, whatever. It doesn't
Right.
matter. I'm not gonna
Another
explain it to them
company.
people, you know."
It was
Because like I
NBA
said,
Twitter.
so I post the video and like it's probably like one of the only videos or posts that I've made that's gone like anywhere.
It
People
went viral. It went on 3 different media outlets,
three yes and
and one of them tried to just straight up retweet your shit. And one of them copied the video and then put it as their own.
they copy the video, they put it as their own. And I think you pointed it out to me, and I said something or whatever. And like the guy was just being stupid, but like literally like a few months later, I was on YouTube and I typed in just Royal Rumble 2020 because I wanted to see like the Edge entrance or whatever. And one of the videos that popped up was Sammy Guevara shows up at the Royal Rumble, and I was like, okay, I'll watch that again. And it was my fucking video.
It was your video, but somebody had re-uploaded. It was an actual news source, and that's why I remember calling them out on Twitter. I didn't do the research beforehand because it was such a fucking long year, but we had done the research, and I had called them out that same day because they had published it as if it, and they didn't even give you credit. It would have been one thing if they would have
Yeah,
published it and just been like credit goes to, because most media companies when a fan records something like that, they'll put like, oh, this happened, credit to at in your case
yeah,
at Papa Torres at Twitter. Yeah, they didn't even do that. They just literally beat for beat copied your shit. So they used probably a video downloader, like how I do for my podcast or when I'm doing the skating videos and I'm wanting to show some shit on screen. And they didn't even give you credit at all. It was the exact like if it was from a different angle, I would understand, but it wasn't. It was the exact
it
same
was the exact
angle
same shit.
because you even the big event that I wanted to get to that was in the video is you talk about Kobe dying at the end of that video because that same day Kobe died.
Oh
That was the big
yeah,
event in January. Day of Royal Rumble, Kobe dies.
that's right.
Yeah, I remember. I was a Shaq fan, but still rest in peace, Kobe. you know, I'm not gonna be like, fuck you, Kobe. Shaq Supreme.
Yeah. Oh, so what's crazy is
We're the
on
best
YouTube.
Lakers.
So you sent me them on Twitter. I found a different one on YouTube, and I remember sending a comment. I was like, "Hey, bro, like this is my video. At least link my
Twitter.
YouTube channel or my Twitter in y'all's description." And the dude was like, "It's not that serious." And I was like, okay, well then that's fine. I'll just go ahead and copy strike write your fucking video because it's mine.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, like, cool. It's not that serious, but hey, credit me. Let people
Credit.
be like,
Give you fucking credit because it's like if somebody else is gonna take the time and record it for you, give him the credit, you know?
Thank
It's like,
you.
and I try to do that with everything. Like, we'll get to it later. Even when they were recording the crazy shit that cops were doing, I tried to find the original videos or the original person who recorded it and like put it, and then I would just retweet them, or I would like mention them if I could find it. You know, that's very important because I'm working with a media company now, but that the media with them didn't happen until like April. But the main thing was, yo, give a motherfucker his credit. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I
Completely
remember,
agree.
but I remember that big thing on that one was Kobe had died. I was asleep, and thus I jokingly said the fucking tradition of DJ sending me bad news when I'm either getting up from a nap or like taking a nap because I was working overnight at that point. I wake up and I see you sent it to me, and I didn't believe it at first because you sent it, and the way how the headline TMZ wrote was Kobe Bryant, daughter Gianna, uh, dead in helicopter crash, but they put like the comma after daughter Gianna. So I like responded being the smart ass that I am. I was like, oh, fucking DJ, it's Kobe's daughter that's dead, not Kobe. And I Google search it, and I was like, oh shit, no, never mind, they're both dead. Oh fuck, I felt bad because I really didn't. I knew Kobe was a good player. I just really didn't watch him that much,
He's like
because
he. So I was a huge Lakers fan back in the day when I would pay attention here and there and pay attention more to the playoffs. But um, he had retired and I just like didn't fucking care anymore. I remember I was at my grandparents' house and oh, my friend, he was like, bro, he's like, R.I.P. Mamba, right? And I was like, Mamba. I was like Black Mamba, like that's Kobe's, nickname or whatever. So
yeah.
I was like, nigga, quit playing. And then another friend, like, legit hit me up, like, moments after that. I was like, bro, did you hear about Kobe? I was like, nigga, it's not even April Fools. Calm down. So of course I went on like Instagram and Twitter and all that shit, and he had died, and I was like, what? And then I remember saying like, oh shit, like really loud, and my dad was like, oh, what happened? And I was like, Kobe fucking died. He's like, what? And at the time, I remember everybody was like reporting different shit, like, oh, it's just Kobe and his daughter. Oh no, now it's Kobe and his daughter and her daughter friend, and Kobe and
Like
the
seven
team,
other people.
and then Kobe, and then at one point people were like, "Oh, Rick Fox died too," and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, what are these people doing?" And then of course it was Kobe, his daughter, and like I think the two other coaches with him and two other girls or something. They were flying to like a basketball game or something, and my
Yeah, they're
dad was
flying to
like,
best.
my dad was like, "No, it can't be real. It's not even on the news." So I was like, "All right, well then turn to fucking sports center." Like if it's not on the news
Oh,
right now. And so we turned to Sports Center, and they were mourning Kobe and all that. And my dad was like, "What the fuck?" And everybody at my grandparents' house was like, "What? Oh my god, I can't believe it," and shit like that. So
oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was weird. That was. By the way, so I say that's like a weird way to start off, or that's a bad way to start off 2020. Like wow, one of the best basketball players in the world just my bad, just fucking like died or whatever.
Died. Yeah.
But you gotta remember, COVID was already a thing. Like it was already in
Yeah,
fucking China.
COVID was already a thing, and it was developing in China because I think I talked about it in another podcast. I don't have to talk about it that much into this one, but COVID was a thing, but it was going on in China because uh, big boy me at this bitch, I had moved out and I had just like Cash App had offered the option to buy stocks and shit, so I had just bought some stocks because in my mind I'm thinking, investor, I'm a big boy now, that type of shit. And then we got like an email from Cash App talking about it was in December, and it was like, oh, there's this virus in China. It may affect companies that have a more global outreach. Expect a drop. So I was like, okay, whatever. It wasn't gonna be nothing, right? So then that happened, and I was knowing about it, and then I was watching this YouTube channel, Internet Today. I'll send you the link to them. They're a funny ass YouTube channel, but they like break through the news. They go by everything because they used to work for Machinima, and then they did their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and their own things like successful and shit. I love mentioning one on my Twitter feed, but yeah. So if you're watching our shit and you haven't heard about Internet Today, go look at them. But they would talk about it and how it was getting worse over there because it was getting rapidly worse over there, but it wasn't like really that big of a deal yet. It was more of just like, yo, this virus is fucking up these Chinese people, man. But
Well,
that's in China, so
Well,
we're
yeah,
okay.
yeah, that was like December, and I know January. Um, I think we had one or two cases out here, middle of Jan. Because I know before the Rumble there were cases because I remember showing up to the Rumble and thinking like, "Dang, I was hearing them niggas like just getting sick at big gatherings." But of course, we're always late to shut shit down. Like we didn't shut anything down until like fucking end of April.
March
Was it March?
was it? Yeah, it
Well,
was March.
March we had
The
the
shutdown. Here's
it was
how I
like
know.
a shutdown, but it wasn't we didn't have our first mandatory shutdown until like the end of April because we were heading into May. I remember.
No, it was mandatory. It was like mandatory because I know for a separate reason, but I'll get to that when we cover March. But yeah, January you had Kobe's passing. I remember hearing about the virus. Then you had like people just like, oh man, you know what? I felt these because they were like everybody was saying, oh yeah, this virus has happened, hasn't reached the United States yet because I think that cruise ship was still. It was reported that it was on that cruise ship and they didn't know what they were gonna do with the cruise ship. I think I don't know if that cruise ship was February or March. But yeah, so January's big things. Kobe's passing. I just get shocked by that. The Royal Rumble happened for the wrestling fan in us. It was a good ass Royal Rumble, you know. I just
And
didn't like the way how it was booked. I
I
just
think
didn't
I
like my
I think
boy
I
throwing.
caught COVID at the
Huh?
end because I think I caught COVID towards the end of January. Like I said, we had like those few cases out here, or whatever. And I remember getting sick, right? And I was like, whatever. My immune system will kick this shit in the ass in the next 2 days. I was sick for like a fucking month.
Yeah, because I
I was,
remember
I
you
was
were
sick for a whole.
messaging me.
And I remember I went to the gym and I was trying to work and I couldn't catch my breath and I was like, oh shit, I gotta go home. This shit's like kicking me in
Nigga,
the
that's because you
ass.
fat.
Nah, fuck you, nigga. And so uh so like that happened and then like after that, I think that's the only time I was sick this year. Well, no, I'm lying. I had like bad allergies, but I guess it doesn't really count as sickness. But anyways, I just
Yeah,
wanted to throw that out there.
yeah, you had bad allergies. I remember that. Yeah, that was the big thing. We got tech. We did get to train a little bit. I think it was twice for the niggas who did the training behind the bar, and then I
Oh
think people
yeah, yeah,
didn't
that's
get
right.
to tell about because our thing was working on REW and making REW a reality, which we're still gonna make it a reality. Fuck all y'all. We'll get some people, all right. Even if it's a ring full of prostitutes, there will be somebody in that fucking ring. All right.
It would really be some raw wrestling.
There will be some raw wrestler. I mean, I wouldn't go raw on that type of wrestling. Call the other person who was supposed to be your co-host. We can finally get him some action. There you go. He could be watching The Last of Us 2 scene on his phone while doing it
Hey,
at the same time.
hey, I talked to my cousin yesterday, man. He said he was down to join us. I don't know if you want to try to add him right now.
Yeah. See if you can talk to him. You
He,
ask him if he wants. See if he responds.
he can
Let him.
hop in and tell us about how shitty his 2020 was.
Once he finds out about us making The Last of Us 2 jokes with him, he's gonna pop the fuck off. I already know.
The Last of Us 2 came out in like
Oh
June,
yeah, that's
right?
right. The Last of Us 2 was 2020. Yeah.
God
That's
damn.
right. And everybody just shat on that game in a matter of seconds.
I just saw a
I
post
remember
on
getting hyped
Facebook of
to
somebody
buying
asking
it,
for it.
and I remember that Twitter's reaction was like, "Oh man, it came out!" And I guess everybody only played it before the main character dies
No, the
on
story
day
got
one.
leaked.
Oh,
The whole
I didn't pay attention to the story.
everybody was hyped to buy the game, right? I was hyped to buy the game. I saw one trailer and then like just like I do like movie trailers, I was like, I'm not watching any more trailers because I don't want to be spoiled with this game. And so I remember I pre-ordered it, and my friend was like, "Oh, why didn't you just pay for the whole thing in full?" So you got, and I was like, "I don't know, bro. Like I heard the story got leaked, So I'm kind of waiting on like a review to pop up just to see what the grade is. And literally, my friend texted me the next day and was like, "Bro, don't buy the game anymore." And
He saw that scene and he just gave up.
I was like, "Why?" He was like, "To just type in Last of Us sex scene." And so I went on Google, I typed it in, and it was like, "Oh yeah, Last of Us has this very raunchy gay sex scene." And I was like, yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm not like nothing against gay people, but I don't want to
Nothing
see
against gay
like
people, you
I
know.
don't want to see gay sex in a video game. A video game that's based off apocalyptic like survival, you know?
Survival, yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'm gonna still pass on it. And then I just had other shit that I read, and I was like, yeah, this game isn't worth it. So,
Sex scenes in apocalypse games are fucking stupid. It kills the purpose of. There's like, admittedly, yes, that would probably want to be a real life urge, but it doesn't mean you want to fucking play it or watch it. If it's
yeah,
a zombie type deal, you ain't fucking nobody until you're like practically in a goddamn safe. You're 100%
come,
sure
come
nobody's gonna bust in, bro.
come fuck me
Cause one,
before this zombie eats my brains.
yeah,
Like, bitch, what?
yeah. February. So February, a couple big things happened. For one, congratulations, February 27th, while I was out buying something for my brother, your son was born.
Oh shit. That's right. He was
Nigga, did you just
here.
forget your son was born?
This year is like
Bro, you need to put that shit down. You out here forgetting your kids' birthdays and
he's
shit.
he's so advanced for his like it's so crazy the way I like when I look at both of my kids and I'm like, God damn it. Like I don't know if I was that smart at their age because of course I was a fucking baby, so I can't remember
Yeah.
none of that shit. But when I see them, I'm like, how old are y'all really? So like just thinking that damn he was really born February of last year. That's how fucking long. One, that's how long that year was.
That's how
And
that boy aged damn near to
like
where he's practically 2 years old now.
and I think it's so crazy because he was born prematurely. Um,
He was, because I remember March. It was gonna be like a whole thing. I'll talk. Oh well, it is February. Other than your son being born, the big thing was the XFL. So I was gonna get your son like a little XFL Houston Roughneck shirt because he was supposed to be born in March. I remember that
no,
he was
he's
supposed to
supposed
be
to be
coming in March.
born. He was supposed to be
Or
born.
when he was, because he was like
Uh,
real.
I
That's why I was
think the
concerned.
day after WrestleMania is when he was, or WrestleMania was what two. I think the day of WrestleMania, one of them, April 6th when he was supposed to be born. But my wife
Oh
had like complications and shit, so he was born February 20th. So like a month and a half early, a month and a few weeks or whatever. Our birthdays are like a week and a half apart, so.
yeah, because the first thought in my mind was congratulations, and then the second thought in my mind was that's way too early. Because I remember you telling me that, and he was just like, "Whoa, he's supposed to be like born months." Because you had texted me like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta go to the
and
hospital," and I was like, "What?" And I was caught off surprise. How'd that work out? Like, was it just sudden, or were you doing something?
I'm trying to remember. So I
Because I know you.
remember with my daughter, like my daughter wouldn't. We had to force her to come out with my daughter, right? With him, I think her blood pressure and stuff kept dropping. So it was low one night. We took her in. They gave her like some shit for her blood pressure and stuff like that. And I think it wasn't like getting to where it was supposed to be. I think it was just rising or whatever. So they were just like, all right, well, we got to do an emergency C-section. And so we did it. And here he comes. And my
Yeah.
wife threw up during the pregnancy. It's crazy because she didn't do that when Aaliyah was born. But like with this one, they cut her open and stuff and they took the baby out. And
Oh, so
like,
this was a C-section?
this was a C-section. And so,
Okay.
no, like, as soon as they pull this motherfucker out, all I see is, "Bleh." And I was like, ugh, this is
Shout
the
out, shout out
grossest
to all
thing.
my shout out to all my C-section babies.
Your
I myself was,
C-section?
yeah, I was born via, yeah, I was born via C-section. Because even when I was born, I didn't work with no pussies, bro. All right, savage life.
This is why this man gets no pussy.
Hey, bro, fuck you, sir. I have a good loyal girlfriend. Going on. 3 years coming up this year, man. But anyways, so yeah, your son was born. But the big thing, okay, well, no, your son's a big thing too. I'm not trying to like downplay the birth of your child, but the big thing for me, because it's not my fucking kid, the XFL, buddy. I was so happy. So I have been wanting the XFL to come back. I bought so much old merch of the XFL. There's XFL football right above me. I'm picking up to show the camera. You know, I spent good money to get like a bunch. Oh shit! Oh, I'm not. The background's not allowing me to do it. Okay, I'll hold it in front of me. But y'all see that? See that XFL ball right there? Fully inflated 2001. All right, you could smell the pre 9/11. And but anyways, I bought that, the football helmet, the $1 million game helmet, because I was a big fan of it because I was a huge fan. My business class in high school was one of those like, oh, ready for business type deals. It's fucked up. It's one of those classes where you have to get put in it based on your intelligence. So it's almost like if your school's saying these are the kids who are gonna make it in life, so let's teach them the skills they need to survive and fuck everybody else. Like, you know how the parents complain like, oh man, these schools don't teach them classes and about stocks and mortgage. No, they do. It's just it's very fucked up. It's only like a handful of kids they choose for it. And I was one of those handfuls. One of our reports was like, if you could bring a business back from the dead, which would it be? And the business that I had wrote about was the XFL. And at the time that happened,
Nerd.
hell yeah. At that time that happened, the This Was the XFL documentary came out on ESPN. So I was big hype for it. My dad and I were talking about it. As
They
y'all
had
know,
an
Dad passed.
XFL documentary.
Yeah, 30 for 30. This was the XFL. I bought it. It was a good ass documentary. It's
You had
fun.
to buy it.
Yeah, because ESPN Plus wasn't as big. Like ESPN Plus was just starting, but if you have
Yeah.
it, you could watch it now. This was the XFL. I had bought it because it came out before Disney Plus was even a thing. But anyways, so I was a big fan of it. Me and my dad talked about the joy of it coming back and shit because we were just so disappointed in the Texans and shit. I mean, we still are. That's another story. But yeah,
JJ
so the
Watt's
XFL coming
disappointed in him too.
XFL coming back was a big deal, so I was excited. And then my dad passes away in January. He passed away January 16th, and a few days after January 20th is when like all the wrestling sites were saying that the XFL was going to be coming back. And January 20, I think it was January 20th, 2018, that's when they announced that it was coming back and that they were going to do a separate press conference for the cities. I was emailing, I was sending my information, I was recommending Houston like a motherfucker on every social media platform. I made like 7 fucking Russian bot accounts to just hype up Houston for the XFL. And sure enough, when they did the city announcements and Houston was chosen, I was so fucking hyped. And then they chose Dallas too. I was so ready because I was ready to see Houston beat Dallas because fuck Dallas. And we had the teams announced. The hype was rating. This was the patience, and we got it. We fucking got the XFL, and it didn't suck. It was fucking awesome. We had good quality football on a Saturday. I know y'all saying, well, what about college football? Fuck college football, all right? I don't want to see niggas in schools. The fuck? I want to see somebody rep a city, not some goddamn school. All right?
Nah, yeah, XFL, damn, XFL 2020. God damn it, so much stuff. I'm telling you, bro, everything's just
Damn.
fucking. But yeah, XFL 2020, man, like it was dope. I really wanted Vince to succeed this time with it, right? And it was succeeding,
It
but
was.
now now it he don't own it no more. So
Dude, that was round 2 of DJ sending me bad news. Napping. No, I'm at work. I was at work, and you had actually sent. I was on break, and you had messaged me that shit. That XF. You sent me that tweet that the XFL sent. I was like, oh, we're shutting down. Like, I was so pissed, dude. I almost cried. I'm not
yeah,
even gonna lie.
I
I'm not
was
even
like,
gonna lie.
what the fuck
Because
is going on?
behind the scenes of that, guys, I go to DJ's house on the occasion. I haven't done it now recently because I've just been busy at the ass, and so is DJ. But back when I used to normally go to his house on the regular, we were this fucking close to going to see a game, and it was the 2 best teams in the XFL, and
Oh,
there were the
that's
Houston
right.
Roughnecks and the Washington Defenders. That was the game that we were going to see, and we were so ready. I told DJ to hold 2 tickets so we could all sit together. I was gonna take my brother with me because we had gotten the XFL little cups and everything. We were fucking ready. I got an XFL shirt in my closet right now, to this day. Oh, speaking of which, that happened in February.
God damn it,
Uh,
it did.
yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Tyson Fury slapped up Wilder.
Oh man. But it was because he had that big ass cosplay suit on.
That big ass car, that mecha suit,
There you
fucked
go,
him up. Or
bro. That was
as my one
crazy.
friend joked, that NECA suit.
God damn it! All this shit happened in 2020. That is some crazy shit. All right, so I really forgot XFL happened this
Because it was weird. Like the first half of this year felt so long,
year. Man,
and
you're
then the
not
second half
lying.
went quick.
You're not lying. This was man. Yeah. So yeah. Other than my son being born in February, like I don't know. I mean, we got the last WWE pay per view with a crowd in February. I guess you can say.
Yeah.
Uh, Other than that, I don't really think anything happened. Valentine's Day, yay!
Valentine's Day was cool. Girlfriend's brother's birthday, so we split it because last year I did like a nice fancy thing. This year we decided to split it and make it casual. Had I known what I know now, I would have made this one fancy because now this one is gonna basically be forced to be a casual. But anyways, uh, we split it into two. First half spent with her brother, drop off her brother, and then second half spent with her. First half went to go see Sonic, good ass movie. All right. And then, as I discussed on the Torres Cast podcast, later on that night, saw Birds of Prey, ate ate shit that whole movie. My girlfriend was bored of that movie too. Like I was like
But
watching, and I was
she's a woman. She has to like that movie. That's
no,
what all
dude,
the women on Twitter say.
no, dude. My girlfriend doesn't have a Twitter, and I tell her make a Twitter. She's like, "How do you know so much things?" I'm like, "Go on Twitter. You'll find out so much because
You
you can find
will.
out about shit." Twitter is my favorite social
Twitter
media
has been the
platform.
highlight of 2020.
Twitter was amazing.
If it wasn't for Twitter, I probably would have went crazy about every
Yeah,
fucking thing shutting down.
Twitter made life amazing this year. Twitter was the real MVP. Throw in your Twitter at Papa Torres, uh, at official underscore H.E.C. I know what y'all thinking. If you're not a celebrity, why do you have official? Fuck you. That's why.
Hey, look,
Because I'm the official H.E.C.
my cousin said he is ready, so let me add him in real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, guest Trey. He's able to make it on. How you doing, Trey?
I'm good. I'm good.
He's
I'm
good.
good.
All right, so we
Tell us a
talked
little about
about.
yourself, John.
Oh yeah, what you been up to?
None much. Just I've been rewatching Smallville and uh season 2 of The Flash. That's really it. It been working. That's it.
There we go. All right, well, so we're doing a rundown of month by month. So in January, we covered the big things going on. Really, the only big thing in January was just the death of Kobe. You want to tell us about any? Well, did you have anything big happen for you in January?
Not in the damn slightest.
All right, what about the death of Kobe? What's your opinions on that?
He is in my top 5 favorite players. So to hear about his death, it was quite sad. Um, didn't really affect me all that much because I didn't really watch that basketball, but it did hurt watching him, pass away, and then people were sending death threats to LeBron saying it was his fault. That kind of pissed me off as well.
Wait, hold up. Okay, see, I
I
don't
never
really
heard
don't
of
keep up with
that.
NBA Twitter. This is why we need Trey, because Trey can give us the obscure shit like
Because
this.
Jericho
People were
took
saying
over
that stupid
NBA
shit.
Twitter.
Yeah, people were blaming all of like they said it, oh, because he came to LA that he's the reason why Kobe died, and some other shit that they said that Kobe sacrificed himself. I don't know where they were going with that one, but they said he sacrificed himself for some
Dude.
shit.
Okay, can we talk about that? Okay, so we're gonna talk about a ton of celebrity deaths in 2020. One of the stupidest shit that I hate every time a celebrity dies is in less than that same fucking day, give it 2 hours, there's always a YouTube video, or there's always a Twitter video where somebody tries to connect it to where like they either sacrificed themselves or they got murdered by the government or the Illuminati. I fucking hate that. Because we're skipping ahead here, but MF Doom died as one of my favorite MCs of all, and they were saying that stupid shit. I was so pissed.
They said the same thing about Nipsey. They said that the government killed him.
They always say that.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's because he had a documentary coming out talking about what was really going on.
I remember
what was
that
really going on,
shit.
like that, and they said that it's so weird how the day he announces that's going to be coming out the week after, whatever, that he gets killed in front of a place with no cameras, and then the surrounding.
Who's Nipsey?
Bro, you don't know about Nipsey Hussle?
All
right, DJ, you're about to set yourself up for a flame session here, but you fucking irrelevant ass. Yet you're listening to fucking Eminem's shit. Eminem shit now is trash.
Slow down.
Said,
hey, but what have you ever put
out? Hold on.
Wait. What have you ever put out, bro?
Huh?
What have you ever put out?
It don't matter about what I put out, bro. What the fuck I listen to?
You calling this nigga trash? I want to know what have you ever put out?
Oh, wait,
I didn't say Eminem. I didn't say Eminem as a whole was trash.
So
I said these fucking projects were trash.
Hey, bro.
Hey, hold on. Since we're speaking about deaths, there's a whole thing that
shut up, John.
People are saying, shut up, DJ. That Eminem, they said that he died in like 04, 05, and that he was replaced with a clone.
I've heard that theory so many times. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. People.
It is the same guy.
It's the same guy. People were roasted. Look, MCs. So Esham, who was in Detroit, who was a big MC at the time, everybody came up with that theory because apparently people didn't know. Like my mom and my mom's boyfriend didn't know that like Eminem was not blonde when he started. Like he did that on purpose, and just he didn't have blue eyes, he put on contacts. So a lot of people just didn't fucking believe that so much that they thought that this man. I've heard so many theories on Eminem that I was like, man, just leave the man alone. Like I think the most fucked up one is the one where they try to say that he killed Proof. He did not kill Proof. All right, that shit was a fucked up incident.
There's a whole theory, not really a whole theory, and Eminem mentioned it whenever he was talking about Killshot. That Diddy put out a hit to get Pac killed.
Yeah, I think that's just him fucking around. So, did you ever? Y'all really keep up with like hip hop history and shit like that?
Not really history. I just kind of keep up with like what's going on now.
Okay.
Like just recently when I saw, I think it was earlier today, that Dr. Dre was in the hospital because he had an aneurysm.
Yeah, he had a brain aneurysm. Dude, that was scary as shit.
That shit really
was. So.
It's rare to recover from those. So the fact that he recovered was crazy.
That was a fucking miracle. That means if Detox doesn't fucking drop within this year, finally, after 20 fucking years, I'm gonna be so upset. Do you know what Detox is?
Yeah, it's his fucking fourth album that he's supposed to release 8 years ago. Like, what the fuck?
The last album he posted before he quote unquote retired
was the Compton one.
Yeah, it was the Compton one.
Yeah, well, no, was it that one or was it the other? Because there was another one he did.
It was Compton. That was the last one.
That was the last one. I heard it was trash.
Yeah, it really was, and a lot of people were saying the rumor about that from one of like his affiliates was, oh, he had released that as a test to see if people were gonna like Detox, and so since people didn't like since people didn't like Compton, he shelved Detox because supposedly he was saying that it was like similar to that, but I mean, it's like you've been working on this album for 20 years. It's not going to be the same because if you release it, you're going to get that struggle of, are you going to try to make music that people aren't going to enjoy now? Or are you going to try to release shit that people would have enjoyed bumping in like 2008? Yeah, that's like the problem. No, but oh, so we were talking about Nipsey. I remember
Y'all still haven't told me who
I
Nipsey
had
is.
an old boss.
Dude,
He was a big rapper from the
rapper.
West Coast.
Yeah,
He was one of the main guys who was talking about unity and
Now I know who Nipsey Hussle is, bro.
yeah, okay. You motherfucker. Is it a goddamn time? No, I remember that whole theory was that because him and like some other people were promoting this indigenous doctor who would like make like natural teas and shit and talked about unorthodox ways of cures, which none of them were actually fucking true. I'm sorry. Anyone who's done the research on that, it's fucking true. I don't think he got killed by the government. I think he got killed by drinking half of the shit he was recommending other motherfuckers drink. All right, it's like being Mexican and motherfuckers try to show you Herbalife. Get that shit out of here, bro. Get that shit all the fuck out of here. The moment I see somebody bring Herbalife and show me some shit like that, I'm gone. I'm leaving their house. All right. If you're Mexican, if you're not Mexican, you don't know, but Herbalife is everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah, but fucking yeah. So like Kobe died. Motherfuckers thinking that he got sacrificed. I remember hearing that. I remember hearing that like his wife had supposedly set him up and that they had worked with the pilot because, and this part, only this part is true. The pilot still flew despite it being too foggy and
yeah,
unable to.
yeah, and
That
people
is
were
true.
so,
But do I think
but
he was murdered?
people
No.
were
I just think
not, not people were blaming Kobe for that. They said
yeah,
that they said they're saying that he forced the pilot to fly, even though the pilot knew. Now,
yeah,
regardless of who Kobe is, you don't. It's your job. If if the tower tells you not to fly, you don't fly. That's kind of how that works. Like you
yeah.
don't just fly, especially when they tell you no.
But
But because
it's,
of who it was, he thought it was the right thing to do because he like it's still not the right thing to do. You don't fly it. You just bought the damn helicopter. It's not like you fly it yourself.
you don't fly it, and more importantly, you don't tell a professional when it comes to something like that what the
Yeah.
fuck to do. Another thing is, I know people Twitter roasted the fuck out of TMZ for releasing like the cause of death and the confirmation of his death before the police got to confirm it.
Yeah.
That was some grimy shit on TMZ's part.
I just remember because I was watching the Pro Bowl, the NFL Pro Bowl, and they stopped
Oh,
mid play. They stopped mid play, and there was like, it is a with sad news or whatever that we like to announce that Kobe Bryant has passed away at the age of, I think it was like what, 42, 43.
yeah, that's fairly young.
Like the whole field and the crowd got super silent. Like it was just
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. And then fucking Michael Jordan said, "Fuck that dead nigga. I'm dropping the last dance. Y'all gonna remember me as the GOAT, goddammit." That
I
was this
still
year
don't think
too.
Jordan is. I still don't think Jordan is the go. I choose
Really?
Kobe.
Who the
I choose
fuck?
Kobe. I choose Kobe over him. To be honest with you.
Well, Michael Jordan wins now. That nigga's alive. That nigga's dead. There we go.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock Jordan's achievements, but I just don't like Jordan.
You are a hoe.
Fucking. Last Lakers stand is the greatest, Kobe. Looks like it ain't you. Shaq out this bitch.
You a hoe.
Okay. Oh, he doesn't know I'm a big ass Shaq fan. Like Trey, I'm a big fucking Shaq. I'm a huge Shaq fan. Love Shaq.
Imagine being a Shaq fan.
This dude has Shaq food.
Oh
Yeah.
my! Please tell me you didn't get the remaster. Please tell me you didn't get the remaster.
I think
You got the one on the Switch.
Oh my god!
I'm a big Shaq fan, man.
Hakeem
You
Olajuwon's
I
better.
even
Shaq's
had a pair of
albums and
Shaqs
shit.
until I got flamed for wearing them.
Hakeem Olajuwon is better.
He had a pair of Shaqs.
Oh my god!
Fuck you, sir. I will rock them Shaqs, sir. I remember feeling so cool when I went to school that day.
This nigga had a pair of Shaqs.
The local school niggas made sure that I never wore them over to school again. I was in school going wearing fucking nice ass dress shoes instead of fucking Shaqs after that one flame session.
Damn,
This nigga had Shaqs, bro.
bro.
Like,
Jordan is. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jordan is 4-7 against Kobe. Like ahead, he's 4-7.
like
What's
old
the ring?
Jordan or like prime Jordan.
He was still in his prime when Kobe got drafted. So from there on out, he's still.
He was falling down. 98, they were done. They was like on the end of it, right?
He was out. No, wait, no, that was 92, 94. He was out. No, 93, 94, 94, 95.
I mean, Washington Wizards Jordan versus Kobe.
He never played. No, he never played him. He never played him when he was with the Wizards. Actually, a lot of the Wizards left that damn locker room because they said that Jordan was too toxic.
No, Jordan did play Kobe because he talked about it on The Last Dance. He talked about it on The Last Dance.
And plus,
it was an all-star game.
I don't know how. I mean, I would have left the damn Bulls if I was somebody, because that dude withheld somebody food on the plane because he failed to do anything on the court.
And Michael Jordan was an asshole. We have not.
We're
not saying he's not a dick.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Talk about the fact that you own Shaqs.
Hold on, before we get into that, none of them niggas stepped
up
to that motherfucker though.
Wait, what?
Said none of them niggas stepped up to that motherfucker though.
Yeah.
They just let him do it.
That is true.
All right. Jordan could have molested one of them, and they weren't gonna say shit.
Fucking bitches. But nah, bro.
Yeah. The Last Dance that happened this year too. That series was amazing.
I still haven't watched it. I seen it on Netflix.
Why the fuck haven't you watched it?
Cause I've been watching other things.
You don't want to be reminded of who the real GOAT is. That's why. That's why you don't want to watch it.
Okay.
Hey, John. Hey, this nigga walked up into Walmart, went and found some Shaqs, bro, and said, I'm gonna be the flyest nigga at school.
No, dude, this is early 2000s. This is like when I was like a kid. And you Shaqs weren't at Walmart. Shaqs were at fucking Foot Locker at this time.
So when they launch one at Walmart, you in line?
No, I'm not. I don't go to Walmart for shoes.
Y'all remember they had fake Shaqs though? Like they had.
Yeah, they had fake Shaqs. I remember that.
Fake Shaqs.
What it was they had redesigned the And One logo to look like Shaqs, but like the way how it's done is his legs are more spread down instead of like the fucking breaking the rim Shaq pose that was on Shaqs. I remember that shit.
So which Shaqs you had, the real ones or the fake ones?
I had the real ones. I had the real ones because my mom told me that the fucking price tag said they were the real ones. She was gonna whoop my ass if I didn't wear them to school. Like, I paid this much for them. You gonna fucking wear them? All right.
This nigga went to school and said, "Yo, everybody, look, I got Shaqs.
On the bright side, though, in school, I would just fucking fight all the time. So I could... yeah. So I had mentioned this on like individual South Sibs.
Hector was that kid who saw another kid with and1s, right? It was like, look at this lame ass nigga with and1s. Like, I got Shaqs. And this nigga with Jordans came by and said, Shaqs. Nigga, who was it?
You know what's crazy? Guess what? I also did have and ones. And one. You know what's crazy though? And ones actually had more respect than Shaqs because and ones had that television show at the time. They were on TV because they had the professor and all that shit.
Oh yeah,
remember that? Yeah. So and ones were actually above. I found out the caste system of fucking NBA shoes. It goes Shaqs. It goes those cheap ass Adidas. Then it's Reebok at the very fucking bottom. Adidas over Reebok. then
No,
Shaq's,
it's
then okay. How do you go?
it,
Early
it's Shaq's
2000s.
at the dead ass bottom.
Huh? Shaq's are not at the dead ass bottom. Reeboks were, because Reeboks always had that ugly ass mesh design at the fucking side
Actually,
of them.
no. You
So
know
Reeboks
what?
would always, you would always get
You
flamed.
know what? Hector is speaking facts. That's true. They did have an ugly ass design.
Yeah. Yeah, so Reeboks were always at the bottom. Reeboks were the shoes that we said you would wear if you like lost the divorce type deal. And we said that because we knew a kid whose dad got divorced and had Reeboks.
You know what's really funny? My dad wears K Swiss.
Wait, he does?
K Swiss.
Keep in mind, this is when he had good eyes that he would intentionally buy these shoes.
You.
Oh shit! Trey, are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm alive.
You're.
I'm alive, but I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what you said. I thought DJ was still laughing about the fact that his dad was Reebok or K-Swiss.
No, I'm laughing at what this dude just said. He's a
That's crazy.
It's funny though. When my dad lost the divorce, guess what he was wearing? Fucking Reeboks. That's how you knew he had that child support to pay, bro. That's how you know if they look like they're in their 40s and they're wearing Reeboks, they're gonna try to say, "Oh, it's because they're comfortable." Nah, nigga, it's because you lost that divorce.
That's what my dad says about K-Swiss.
Motherfuckers will always try to make ugly ass shoes seem like if they're the most comfortable fucking things.
Okay, or the worst are people who got Skechers.
Yeah, if you're beyond the age of 12 and you have Skechers, bro, that's sad. I would respect you more if you would have just gone the N1s. At least you would have tried to look decent.
Trey, how old were you when you started wearing Skechers, bro?
Honestly, I never even wore Skechers.
I'll be honest, 7, because I thought it was badass that them hoes had glow in the dark fucking lights and shit. I was like, yeah.
Talk time out. My white cousin didn't have Skechers, but you did.
Like this was poor, all right? Times were tough. You know what? Actually, hold up. Now that I thought about it, you're right. I didn't fucking wear Skechers till after the fucking crash of 2008. It took the whole ass government collapsing for me to get the Skechers. Yeah, I'll tell you what though. After this pandemic, I'll tell you what, fucking Skechers and one in Shaq's through the roof. You know, because motherfuckers are broke as fuck now.
Not just Shaqs, ladies and gentlemen, but the fake Shaqs.
Fake Shaqs. Shaqs with two Qs.
Bro, we just got off so off topic, bro.
That's fine. That's what's the beauty of this podcast.
Bro, who the
never
fuck
been on this
brought up
podcast
shoes
before.
anyway?
Huh?
Oh, it was my cousin making fun of you for being a Shaq fan.
Yeah, it went from Shaq fan, then me bringing up. I remember I had brought up that to Q on like the second podcast we do for the South Sibs, and he's like, "You're the only nigga I know who admits that he wore Shaqs."
Nah, my friend Victor, also had a pair of Shaqs. He probably wouldn't tell y'all, but yeah, he had a pair of Shaqs.
They're probably the fake Shaqs. All right. All right. Oh shit. So February, did anything big happen for you? Because your fucking Trey's behind us still. February, Trey. Anything happened for you in February?
Nope.
Yeah, you had the XFL. I don't think you were really following that because you're not that much of a wrestling fan.
No,
Oh,
I remember the XFL, and I remember I don't know if it was AAF was in January, right? Or was that also February? No, it was in January. It had to be in January because XFL came right after.
No,
Yeah.
AAF died in last year because it died last year because it
They
was
died
on the
after their
build-up.
first
Because the whole thing was people were wondering if Vince was going to buy AAF or just let it die. Because they even because AAF. So the son of the co-owner of the original XFL, he was working to host the AAF. He was the one who even directed the documentary of This is the XFL. So once that happened, he personally reached out to Vince to try to buy out the AAF, to keep it running, and then just rebrand it as the XFL. But Vince just let that shit die. Same thing he did with WCW. Just let the shit die first and then buy it. Because I remember the AAF, they didn't even get to fucking go to their 8th game. It was going to be their 8th week, and they had their funding just cut. They didn't have any more money, and they just cut it down.
because their ratings sucked.
Their ratings sucked. Their ratings sucked because the AAF tried to do what the old XFL did, which was they were more focused on allowing more like hits and shit.
Contact, yeah.
Yeah, because that one clip went viral of that dude just going fucking shoulder pad to helmet on that quarterback and just knocking his fucking helmet off. I remember that shit. AAF was wildin', bro. I remember, yeah, AAF died. XFL was supposed to buy it. XFL doesn't. Waits for it to die, and then they get him. I remember, okay, I don't like college football, but I know the occasional athletes when people won't shut the fuck up. People of Texas, all right, there's 2 things I want y'all to do to stop embarrassing us. Stop fucking dick riding Trump, and then immediately after that, stop dick riding Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel is done, all right? He was good in
Can I say
college.
something real quick? All I asked was, when did the AAF end? And you give me a whole fucking biography.
I know my shit about it, motherfucker.
But I just asked for an end date. Like, was it January? Was it before February?
It was December. It was in December.
Okay, that's what I asked, and you want to bring out some fucking biography like I asked for it.
Yeah, teaching you history, goddamn it.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know the shit you was talking about because I never actually paid attention to the backstories of shit. But God, I ain't asking none of that.
Dang, this dude talk to you like that, bro.
Gave you some knowledge, all right? All right, guess what?
Like,
go get my water, motherfucker.
All right. Oh, all right.
Hey, John, you need to chill out, bro. Don't be talking to my friends like that. All right, cousin John.
Why you gotta embarrass Trey like that, man? Stop it. So
That's
now you're
not
just being a
Trey,
dick.
man.
You told him to call him Trey.
That's my cousin John.
Oh shit! I just realized I gotta put something to censor y'all names, huh?
Why?
I mean,
I'll fix that in editing.
Yeah, fix that shit because that Trey John is my legal name. I'm not trying to have that shit out there.
Whatever you say, John.
Stop it! God damn it!
Whatever you say, John Torres.
Damn, why not just put his address out there? Motherfucking damn.
Whatever you say, John Richard.
Don't say his address. Just chill. All right, so now we're finally on the same page now.
Why do they just call you Dick for for Richard and stuff?
All right, we're now in March. March was when shit started going down. So March happens. Now, February, bought my girl tickets to the rodeo for March 14th, I think. I forgot who it was for. And they had closed. They had the mayor do the announcement and everything. So I had gotten my money back and shit. I felt bad because I didn't have shit to give my girlfriend for like the actual anniversary of us and shit. But I ended up making it up with like a to-go lunch or some shit because everything closed down, and that was at work. Things were getting more intense. I remember at work, I was still a roving agent at that time, meaning I was going to different spots, and I was outside Home Depot stores. And I just remember one of the funniest memories in March is like it was literally just like this white family. They had trash bags on, latex gloves on, they had face mask on, and the funniest thing to me was they put a face mask on their baby, but it wasn't like a child-sized face mask. It was an adult face mask. So the fucking baby looked like this. It was like, bro, these people is wild.
What's wrong with people, man?
I remember that. I remember shit was getting more crazy. You know, they told us to space up, put some more gloves. Also in February, I know I passed it. Me and Q became the Sanjak fucking pool champions by being the only people who actually participated in the pool tournament. Yeah, but yeah, March shit goes down. The shutdown happens. Work gets crazy. March was literally the longest month I think I've ever experienced in my life. March 2020. What about y'all too?
March 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm about to pull a Hector and give a little biography about this whole.
That's fine. It's a podcast. Let's go.
So back in 2018, after I graduated, I got a job, a seasonal for Target. Well, after the manager yelled at me for doing my job, I ended up leaving. Sir,
He got fired.
Why are you being a hoe, DJ? Why are you being a hoe? Why are you doing this?
Actually, DJ is somewhat correct. I
Tell
didn't
my
get
niggas
fired.
the real story.
No, I
The
didn't.
people
want to
know.
Technically, I walked into the office and that's when he started yelling if I do my job, and I got pissed. And I was like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to. Like literally, they told us to do this in training, and he said, "Well, look, we were gonna fire you anyway." I said, "Oh, word? All right, I'll save you the time. I'll save you the time. I quit." So I was out of I took like a year. I took a year break. So 2019, I didn't really do anything. March 2020, I got a job at Forever 21 for like 2 weeks, and then like Hector said, that's when they started closing everything down. So I lost that, and then yeah.
A fantastic March.
I thought you said you were gonna take long. You just like went through like time and time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Unlike you, I can summarize things.
Ooh.
Well, you know,
All
I
right.
go detail. It's a fucking podcast, not a Q&A.
So this is how my March went, all right? So March started, right? And I was like, bam, bam. No. All right, so.
We're gonna be starting like a Michael Bay movie.
So of course I already had my kid at the end of February. Um, the beginning of March. Actually, this is crazy. So my birthday was March the 9th. And I think I celebrated like 3 times that whole fucking week. And that weekend we went out or whatever. I can't remember where we went. We went to like a bar or something. Me and Viri and like a few friends and shit went out, got like super fucking drunk. That Monday is when the fucking lockdown started. So I got like super lucky that I got to go out for my birthday before everything fucking shut down.
Hell yeah, man. You got lucky on that one. Didn't one of the things for your birthday was I finally paid you up the 10-piece wings after Edge returned?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that bet was even made. You see, 2020 is fucking long, bro.
Yeah, we still gotta wait. We had made bets on movies for 10 pieces, but yeah, 2020 was a long ass year. It's like I said, first half was long. After that, sped through.
I also started at and I did nothing at that job but played my Switch all shift. So that was fun. And then I quit them in May.
You quit them because like you had gotten your real shit. I remember. Okay, fucking helpful ass DJ here. DJ's just like, I'm going through some shit. I'm work security, but it's like, oh man, this kind of sucks. They're gonna be lower on shift, so I help DJ get a shift, and DJ's like, oh man, you helped me get a shift, or you helped me get a temporary job. I'm gonna help you get a permanent job with the fucking railroad.
Oh,
and then
that
DJ's
happened in March
like,
as well.
Yeah, that happens in March because here's what happens. This fucking asshole is just like, oh, come on, just apply and apply, put it in. I'm gonna put a good word for you. I'm like, all right, fool. I'm fucking excited and shit. Homie out here telling me like the pay and everything and the benefits. So I apply and I automatically failed the next day. And then I failed the test, and DJ's just like, "Oh man, how did you forget the test?" I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "It said that I just didn't meet the age requirements." I was like, "Did you forget I was 20 and not 21 yet, DJ?" And he's like,
This
"Oh
dude.
shit, I'm sorry, my bad, my
I
bad."
did. I did forget. I ain't gonna lie. It's because so when I got hired on at the railroad, like the site I got hired on, you could be 18, but the position I was going to around that time was a new position, and I just didn't know you had to be 21 until I had someone else apply for it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm not 21," and I was like, man, you're the second person who told me that. Like, what the fuck? So I had to go like back into the website and check it, and yeah, you had to be 21.
Yeah, you had to be 21. And the fucked up part is, it doesn't tell you until after the screener. Most company websites, once you put an age that's under 21, it'll say must be over 21
Yeah,
to
it'll
continue.
automatically stop it.
So it'll automatically stop. It won't even let you put it in. So fuck whoever made your apply here site, because
Your
they
apply
fucking,
here site.
yeah, it's called an apply here site, or your careers tab, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But yeah, March everything shut down. People were losing their mind. Uh, it was big. People, that's when I first started seeing the trend of people not wanting to wear masks and being dumbasses about it. It is fucking crazy. Uh,
Yeah, I wasn't wearing a mask until they made it mandatory. I'm not even gonna lie.
all right,
Because
Trey.
my because the reason is like I said earlier, my immune system is so fucking strong. Like I get sick once every 2 years maybe, and like I'll beat it within like a day. And it's like, okay, I'm not sick anymore. So I was like, all right, well, if this fucking virus attacks me somehow, which, like I said, I feel like I had it back in January anyway. Like if it had attacked me, then I mean I'd just fucking beat it.
Yeah, I think at the time the main thing that it changed in March was just I had stopped seeing my grandparents, because I would see my grandparents like every week. But then once they said that this shit is asymptomatic towards younger and can go on to like older people, I was like, oh shit. So I had to like stop it down. My in-person classes were no more. It was online only, because and I fucking hate online college classes. Online college classes suck ass.
You
I
don't
know
learn
some.
shit.
You don't learn shit. You don't learn shit. And then what sucks is, at that time, the way how my schedule was, I was luckily still in control of it for like March, but once we get to August, I had schedule conflicting problems. But I just remember, yeah, it was just a pain in the ass. I was able to finish it because it was just the last month that it was the virtual. But I was just, my siblings were just like, oh, we're not going to school. Then it was, oh,
Yeah, that's
well,
how
we
it was
are
with my
going to
brothers.
school. Yeah, it was just like, oh, we're going to school. We're not going to school. Well, we are. Okay, then I told them, okay, well, obviously I'm not going to grandma's anymore, so just call me and I'll pick y'all up, and y'all can just chill at my apartment afterwards, which is what they do now. So I'm recording this so fucking late, and so we could have recorded earlier. But yeah. So it was crazy as shit. It was crazy to see everything shut down as quickly as it did, and to see how like how everything just went down. Everything went down, and then uh, I got into a physical altercation with the employee, not an employee, but a customer, because like Home Depot was doing like this shit where you had to reach your line limit, and once you reached like 120 people, you had to stop anybody else from coming in until they told you that you could allow people in, right? Well, one dude just got mad at the shit, intentionally leaned forward and coughed on me twice, and he's getting his ass whooped right now. He put it on mute. Anyways, so I grabbed the dude after he intentionally coughed on me, turned him around, and punched him in the fucking back, and then just moved my fist up, pushed him away. And so I thought I was gonna get fired that day. I swear, I thought I was gonna like be hired by a different security company, but no, they kept me. They said he was in the wrong for fucking intentionally coughing on me.
You know what's crazy? A guy
Uh,
that worked at the building that I was working at with when I was with he he was like training me or whatever, And he's like, "Oh, bro, I got this video of me piecing up this old man in the lobby." And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, bro, I stole off on a customer because he was like talking mad shit or whatever. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. They would have fired your ass, right?
Yeah, you're
But
fighting old man
now
Jenkins.
that you're telling me this story, it's like I just don't care. So what happened was he was in the lobby, and this old Asian dude, like old, he probably like 50s or something. He walked up to him, asked him like, "Hey, I need to know where something is or some shit." And the dude was like, "Oh, let me ask," because he was new as well. And the dude was like, uh, mad because he didn't know or whatever. Start talking shit, and my coworker was like, "Yeah, you need to get out of my face or whatever." So he walked off, and like the dude followed him, and like was like just basically agonizing him and shit. And like when the dude went to leave, my coworker just grabbed him and just said whack.
Wait, he waited till he turned his back. I fucking turned my dude around, and that's why I hit him in the back.
No, so he was walking away. The dude was following behind him, getting in his face and shit. And he called him the N-word or some shit. As he was turning, he turned him back, and then he stole off. And he hit him like 3 or 4 times. And this is on camera, bro, because this is like on fucking like the property
On the
camera.
property, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, how the fuck you get away with? He's like, I told them that he called me an N-word, and
He
they're
pulled the New
like,
Jack, baby. Speaking of which, that was another highlight of February. Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side
Season
of
2
the
of Dark Side of the
Ring.
Ring. Hell yeah. And the New Jack episode. When I'm bored, I just watch that entire episode again, even though I know every word of it, because I just love New Jack so much, dude. No, so I think it's because it depends on where you go. People at my company, stop fucking saying the company name. I gotta censor you every time I say it. But anyways, when you get hired there, I don't know if you had to watch that video too. You watch a video where they like tell you these instances because it's a bigger name company and they have like reach every state in the U.S. They tell you it's like, oh, last year we experienced 1,576 homicides of our security guards, which sounds like a big number until you think that's all the United States in general. Still, way too much security officers getting killed. Like the big story that Family Dollar, where that security guard told that woman she couldn't come in without a mask, and then like
Oh
her brother and her husband killed.
yeah,
Yeah, he was. Oh fuck! He was a security. He was at the same
bro.
company.
All this shit happened this year. What the fuck?
Yeah, all of 2020 was wilding, bro.
And we're barely in fucking March.
We're barely in March and we're an hour and 21 deep. Yeah, that was March. So yeah, March happened. March, everybody for like in Texas. God damn it. God bless. Oh, so it was only in Houston. Everybody was, for the most part, everybody kept their cool. Everybody followed the regulations. Everybody was playing nice and sweet and shit. After 2 weeks, motherfuckers got stupid, and they were bringing up articles. After 2 weeks, motherfuckers who don't even got GEDs or high school diplomas out here thinking they're fucking doctors. It's like, it's not how it fucking works, chief. Coming out with theories and shit. It's like, what type of you know how many fucking and that's for everybody. I'm gonna call out my own people here, fucking Mexicans and shit. I'm Mexican, all right. Tea only works for a fucking cold or a fucking fever. Mint tea leaves and fucking thing. It's not gonna make you immune to the fucking virus. Stop believing that shit, all right? Some shit you saw on Azteca TV at 2 in the morning ain't gonna fucking help you. Fuck Gordo y la Flaca. Fuck Univision. Don't trust that shit. Get some fucking regular. Stay your ass and follow the rules, all right? So I heard some stupid ass theories talking about you got to make a tea from orange peels and drink it, or you got to get mint leaves and eat the mint leaves. I'm like, or like, oh, some tea that's only in Mexico and it's brought over from Mexico to the U.S. and you got to cook that tea leaf and that'll strengthen your immune system. What type of motherfuckers? We are no longer Aztecas anymore. We're off the fucking reservation. Trust some goddamn
That
science.
ain't a tea leaf. That's a marijuana leaf.
Dude, so many of my own people were saying so much stupid shit. At this point, I thought a nigga was really finna suggest we gotta sacrifice motherfuckers to the sun again. That's how bad it was. Maybe if we sacrifice a motherfucker to the sun, the whole virus will be over.
Fuck happened to John?
He's getting his ass whooped again.
No, I'm still here. I just had my mic muted for a second.
All right.
All right, so April.
April, like I said, everybody tried in March, and in April, that's when practically civil war happened. You had people who believed in science and had fucking common sense versus goddamn morons.
I had a really great April. So of course we had April Fools, which really doesn't mean shit when you're not a kid. So whatever. We had the 2 day WrestleMania, which we got, of course, the fabulous Undertaker AJ Styles Boneyard match.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Hey, slow down.
Braun Strowman beating Goldberg. Huh?
All right, you good now? You were lagging for a bit.
Braun Strowman beating Goldberg. That was awesome. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Drew beating Brock. It was cool. We had the Firefly Funhouse.
Funhouse, yeah. I remember being there to watch part 1 with you because I remember that was a big thing. Was that WrestleMania was going to be split into 2 days?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie though, it has been like ever since moving off of a military base, that was the last time that I've had fun with like multiple people watching WrestleMania. Because normally it's just my family that I watch it with, and I do like a small barbecue. Like if shit gets better, I'm gonna invite like my whole family to come over, and I'll bring a shit ton of meat, and we could all just grill at your place, and I'll just bring my own fucking grill since I don't know why you use an electric grill. You gotta use mesquite, dude. I know it's a bitch to clean, but makes it taste better. Oh, all I remember from April though was I wasn't gonna tell it on the podcast, but I'll tell it now because we need some good stories. So April, I go to your house. We're doing some training. I'm supposed to leave to go to work, and my car dies on me.
Oh God! All this, yo. Okay, so first off, before he says this, I think we partied like every weekend of April at my house with like multiple people coming over and shit. And uh, before you get into this story, I just want to say before I get fully into detail of what I'm about to bring up. So the reason I said I had so much fun in April was, like I said, like with the railroad, I traveled like a lot, and it was really, um,
Oh yeah,
it
sorry.
really, it was really hard, like for my daughter, because I was like home maybe once or twice a week at the most, and the rest I was like out on the road a lot. So April was really fun because, like, I felt like after having my son and shit, like April was really the month that I like just really chilled and hung out with my family, which I hadn't was not like able to do because of the railroad. And then like I said, we fucking partied like every weekend, and it was the first time that I ever did shrooms, and that was like the most fantastic fucking high that I ever had in my life. I'll let Hector tell his story before I tell you guys how I was on shrooms, because he knows. 'Cause I was texting him
Because
like
you texted me
literally through the whole night and morning,
the
because
whole night.
he left my house before we did them, of course, because he had to go to work and shit. But
Homie said, Hector, try these shrooms before you go to work. Since you only work, your job's 45 minutes away. By the time the shrooms will hit you, you'll be just at work. Because at this time, I was working at a coffee warehouse, a whole ass coffee factory that was empty. So I would have just been there by myself. I told him, bro, if I would have been there alone in the coffee factory by myself, I would have flipped the fuck out. Keep in mind, there was a full ass coffee factory. Like I had to watch 4 different floors and do a stroll every 3 hours. So you're going up 4 floors. It's dark. You have a flashlight. The only room that has light is the cafeteria where all the workers eat, and it's like this big ass school cafeteria, and then just that little office that you're sitting in, and you have all the cameras. The first day that I worked there, I went just to use the bathroom to try to find it. It took me an hour to find that shit. If I was on shrooms, forget about it. I would have been gone. Empty ass factory on shrooms, fuck no. But anyways, so Saturday, car breaks down. I can't work at this factory this one night. I'm so mad, but I got nothing else to do. I'm in Cyprus, and fucking DJ smiling and shit. He's just like, yo, it's sad. Is fucking Chris Tucker on Friday and shit. You're just like, your car's not working. You can stay the night at my crib. Let's get you fucked up. But I think you said let's get you high. You didn't say let's get you fucked up. It was Veery who was saying let's get fucked up, and I felt bad because nobody else was drinking with Veery. And it went from just me joking around with everybody, being the fun, jovial self that I am, to me cutting a promo on God in the middle of DJ's ring in the backyard.
Let me tell you what this motherfucker. Let me fucking tell y'all what this motherfucker did. All right, so we had a friend. She brought over some blueberry vodka, and it was supposed to have been a girls' night. My wife and her friends and stuff like that. But like I said, Hector ended up staying because his car wouldn't start and stuff. So my wife's it was that. My wife's sister's friends ended up coming over, and they turned just like whatever, and we're like smoking and drinking and shit. And when it came to the drinking, everybody's like, "Oh, let's drink, do the blueberry vodka." I was like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, vodka's gonna fuck y'all. And this is my exact vodka's gonna fuck all of y'all up tonight. And everybody's like, no.
You kept on saying this phrase. You kept on saying, vodka is the devil. Don't fuck with it. Don't do it.
And I was warning everyone, don't do it. Don't fuck with it. And everybody's like, nah, it would be good. Everybody that I didn't drink it. Everybody that drank that vodka that night was fucked up. My wife, her friends, her sister, Hector. Hector was probably the worst of them because
I had the most. Other than Veery, I had the most.
This nigga was outside in my wrestling ring, yelling, cutting a promo, talking shit to God about his life and about this and about that. And I was like, no, this motherfucker is not sitting here yelling in my fucking backyard where a neighbor's probably gonna come out and be like, hey, what the fuck, guys? Shut the fuck up. So we closed the door on this man, just left him outside, right? We were like, fuck it.
Motherfuckers.
We were like, fuck it, that motherfucker is gone. He ain't coming back, whatever.
But I came
back. This dude went on for literally an hour. An hour. And then he came back inside. He laid on my floor and he started crying.
No. Veery said that part she doesn't fucking remember. None of us remember me crying. I remember falling asleep on the couch.
This is how I remember. I wasn't fucked up like everyone else.
No, bro.
This dude was on the floor crying.
No,
so when he hits the floor crying, hold on, everybody was like, oh, damn. So that's what's finna happen? All right, bro. He just finna bounce. So everybody left because he made it so awkward, laying on the floor crying.
Nobody else.
So Veery went upstairs to go and like get ready for bed or whatever because I gotta fucking take care of her too. And I was like, I had to walk over to this dude, and I was like, he's going on, he's crying. And I'm like, that's a cool story, Hector, but you want to get off my floor, bro? And he was like, He was like, "Yeah, I'll get up in a little bit, but man, did you know?" Blah blah blah. Blah. And I was like, "That's cool story, bro. But again, like, I'm trying to go to bed. You want to get off my floor, bro? Like, come on now." So he eventually like gets up, and
I
he's
go to
just
your
like,
couch.
he goes to my couch and he's like, DJ, I just want to let you know, man, you're like one of the greatest friends I've ever had because you're just putting up with my bullshit tonight. And I
I remember
know.
telling you that.
And I
That
was
you
like,
were dealing with me fucked up, being kind of an asshole.
he was like, he was like, nobody else would take you don't have to take care of me. I'm fucked up. Blah, blah. And I was like, he was like, I love you, man. And I was like, I love you too, bro. But just go to sleep because
Just go
I'm
to sleep.
upstairs and I'm gonna knock the fuck out.
No, here's the
And
funny part. After that promo, here's what happens. I go outside, yell for an hour, come back, and with a fucking smile on her face, Viri was telling me, "Oh, do you want some more, Hector? Because everybody else is getting tired." I was like, "Oh yeah." So my stupid ass, I'm trying to be like a good friend. I'm like, "Oh, poor Viri, like her friends just tapped out on her." So, so she gives me more because I was the second to last standing before y'all left, other than the people who were driving the other people. Because you had two other friends who were out. One of them who was like out in the bathroom throwing up, and one who was on the floor who I was pointing at, standing over, laughing at. Then, like I remember the head assery. The only thing that I don't remember is the crying on your floor. I remember the ring
oh,
crying and doing the promo, but the
oh
floor.
my.
The floor is the only one
Anyways, the
that
next
we
day,
can't get anybody else to agree.
next day, we're going downstairs. My wife's making breakfast and shit. We're cleaning up, and we eat and whatnot. And this motherfucker goes to the restroom. Look, there's something about my downstairs restroom, bro, that like it's gonna make you throw up.
No,
So
it
he
wasn't.
went in there.
I held it in.
He,
What had happened was I go out to fix my car, and in the first minute of being in the sun, I run right the fuck back in and throw up because I felt it.
he
Like,
threw up. But before all this, he was like, DJ, did I win? I won, right, bro? I won, right? I was like, no, nobody won, bro. And so that morning, he was like, Viri, DJ said nobody won. She's like, yeah, nobody threw up or whatever. So he throws up, and I was like, Hector, I think my wife won.
yeah, like I remember saying "fuck you, DJ" in the middle of throwing up too. It was like one big throw up. DJ fucking walks in. Hey, I think my wife went. Fuck you, DJ. And the next week, anyways, I go outside, fix my car, biggest fucking hangover, hot ass sun because it was actually fucking really hot that day. It was like 97 degrees. Fixing a fucking car battery. Her brother was nice enough to help me get the new car battery, put it in, fix the problem, bam. And in the middle of that, now, oh shit, that's right. You had to drive me to my spot to get the tools for my car.
Drive you
And in the
out there.
middle, in the drive on to my apartment, fucking DJ's like, I just want you to know, after tonight, you are after last night, you are officially family. I remember waking up feeling like shit, but I didn't want to be an asshole because fucking Aaliyah is building a fort over my dead ass. Like, and I didn't want to bother the fort. I was like, Aaliyah, can you please just let me have my blanket, please, Aaliyah? I was like, Uncle Hector is dead now. Just give him some time, please, Aaliyah.
I completely forgot to mention the ring. I got that back in. I got an actual pro
Oh
wrestling
yeah,
ring
the
back
ring.
in January of this year. So that's the ring we're talking about. Now on to my story. Look at this nigga drinking that shit again. He finna die, guys.
You smoked two J's on camera.
Um, so
Anyways,
so this is what
now
happened.
it's my turn to
So
talk about your debauchery.
So I've always, so when I was in high school, I started smoking marijuana. If you think marijuana is bad, you need to fucking reevaluate your life. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, so I've always been a fan of like if it's natural, if it's from the earth, like I want to try it. Weed is from the fucking earth. I love it. It's like the best thing ever. Like I love being high because I've went through so much shit as a child, and I'm not gonna get in. No, like I'm being completely serious, and
Yeah, no.
this is some real shit. Um, some shit that only a few people know about that I will probably never tell like
Wait, why are you about to
anyone.
say it on the podcast?
I'm
Then
not
that's
gonna say it on the podcast, but I'm saying like I went through some shit as a child that like
gotcha.
you when you go through shit as a child, you kind of have like trauma as you get older, and you kind of try to block it out. But the more you try to block it out, the more it like pushes through. So being high like fucking relaxes me for that. So well, like I said, I'm a natural kind of guy. So my uncle, just said, "Hey, I got some shrooms. You want to try some shrooms?" And I was like, "Fuck it, like why not?" So we legit had like a fucking shroom party. He brought some shrooms. He made some tea out of it. It was like me, uh, my dad, one, two, three, four friends, my
Yeah, because
uncle, my sister-in-law,
yeah, before that
and
party kicked off, I was at your house because I left because you
yeah,
were trying to get
Hector
me.
left because
You
I
were
was trying to
just
get Hector to get shroom to do shrooms, but he was being
because
a little
you're.
pansy.
I had to work that night. You were just like, yo, Hector, it's okay. Just watch. He's like, yo, if you want, I could take the battery out your car, and we could make it look like it's not starting again, and you could send that to your boss, so you can come in and do shrooms with us. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's a pain in the ass to take. I drive a vehicle. It's a fucking Dodge, so that's all I'm gonna say. And Dodge designs their car batteries to be in front of their driver's side tire rather than under the hood because Dodge likes to fuck with you that way, so you
Oh,
keep
that's
going
right.
to
Your shit was like that. Yeah, that's
yeah.
whack.
So that's why I was like, man, I'm not gonna do that shit. Plus, I still need to get money and shit because after that, my mom had caught COVID. Luckily, she survived. She was good. She didn't have any major symptoms. But I had just got back because so I wasn't gonna get paid, and I just lost 2 weeks. I'm like, nah, man,
That's
I'm
right.
sorry. I gotta fucking go to work. He's like, oh man, and then that's when he hits me with the yo, wait. If you take it in your car and drive there, you say it's only 45 minutes away, right? I'm like, he's like, yo, by the time you get to your job, it will just kick in. I was just like, what the
You just
fuck?
be at work high.
I'm gonna be hot. In a fucking coffee factory on shrooms that's all dark and shit. I would have had a heart
Yeah.
attack, bro.
Yeah, I would have fucking died. So I'm gonna tell you guys about my experience, and then I'll let Hector tell you about what I was texting him. So my uncle gets about like 15 grams of shrooms. He grinds it all up, makes tea out of it or whatever. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted in my life. No lie. But it fucking hits the fuck out. So we started around 9, and I think my high lasted up until maybe 7, 8 o'clock the next day. So I take it. At first, I didn't feel anything. We all go outside. We're chilling in my garage, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, something's kicking in, but I'm not like hallucinating or anything like that. So we go. I walk back out of the garage, and I'm walking to my house or to the inside of my house. Now my backyard is pretty fucking huge, and it's got like fucking all these trees back there or whatever, right? So as I'm walking, the trees start to fucking move, and when I mean move, I mean these motherfuckers are like this, like like fucking spiraling. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, maybe these hoes finally kicking in. Go inside and shit. Like I'm seeing all kinds of vibrant colors. My wife is like the most beautiful thing in the world, but then I see like 10 of her. So I'm like, which one's the real her? And then and like I'm eating these chips. I'm like, oh man, these chips look dope. And it's like it was so weird, but it was so cool. And like I was running up and down my stairs because it felt like I was playing a fucking VR video game. There was a point where I went outside and like at the like for I don't know why I just decided to go pee in my backyard. And as I was back there, like my backyard turned to like Asgard, so I was like fighting Thor and shit right? And I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And we go inside, and my wife was like, hey, can you go inside of the closet and take out the air mattress for, you know, whoever wants to use it tonight? And like the closet's dark. It don't have a light in there. So it's dark as fuck. So as I open it, I see like this fucking face just go like, ah! And I was like, I closed the door. And my wife was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nah, don't go in there. Just like there's some creature or something inside of there. It's gonna get you. She's like, what the fuck? Man, it was so fucking cool. And I actually had a friend drive home on shrooms that
What?
night. He was, I think his baby mama was tripping or something, and so he's like, oh, I'm finna go move my car real quick, and we're like, all right, cool. So he moved his car, he just burnt out, and we were like,
Oh shit.
damn, this nigga really left, bro. And he told me, like, on his way home, he was like, bro, I was seeing so much shit. I just had to keep going straight because, like, I knew if I had to stop, like, you know, somebody's gonna end up calling the cops, and I was gone for. So he said he just drove straight through.
Red lights and shit.
Red, bro. He
Well,
said,
luckily
he,
around where you live, after like midnight, it's not that busy.
yeah, it's not that busy, and you can just hop on the Beltway, which is what he said he did. He just hopped on the Beltway. I mean, you know, around that time, the fucking Beltway was free anyway, so.
Yeah.
So that was I taken shroom twice, both during the summer. That was my first time, and that was like I fucking loved it.
All right, let me just. I want to see if I can pull it up because I remember seeing that shit. I'm gonna just go search and put Asgard, and I'll find it.
Nah,
Oh,
type.
look, April 5th, 2020. Okay. Oh, hold up. Was it March? Hold on. Okay, here it is. Okay, there we go. Holy shit, I gotta go all the way up. Okay, April 5th. You do it at 2:35 a.m. Right? Because you had messaged me and you said you were gonna. You had messaged me out of nowhere because you had told me you were gonna do the shrooms and it's like, okay, man, you
Wait,
know,
I
just
took
be
him
safe.
April 5th.
Yeah, April 5th, 2020.
Oh, so that means I took him right after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, you did. That's right. Yeah,
I took him April 4th, and it lasted until April 5th.
April 5th. Yeah, because you had asked me to send you pictures of the title and shit because you're just like, okay, okay, all right. So basically, I'm at work, I'm chilling, and I'm in this empty ass coffee factory that I knew if I was on fucking shrooms. Like, let me put this into perspective. If I was like 10 or 12, I would not be working at that fucking coffee factory. I would have pieced the fuck out because it's just like
This
it's.
man Hector is fucking lagging.
Oh shit, my bad. Well, it sounds clear
Damn
on.
it, Guzman.
Okay, well, I was working, like I said, the company force fucking story thing. You got to check it every 3 hours, make sure it's all good, everything's turned off. There's some stuff that's still going to be running, and there's one vent that like blows a little bit of steam, and it sounds like shrieking. And like I remember the first day, this kind old woman, she's like, "Okay, over here, it's going to sound like footsteps. That's just the machine just running do its grinding functions. Over here, it's gonna sound like a woman screaming. That's actually the pipe fucking steaming. It's just like, what the fuck is this place? That's why I knew I couldn't go in there on mushrooms. If I'm there, mushrooms, dark, hearing that shit, I'm done. I'm jumping out my window. But okay, so all of a sudden, this motherfucker's texting me talking about he's on the shrooms. Send him a picture of the title belt because he was gonna show the old. He was talking about I'm gonna call this old promoter that we worked with, and I'm gonna tell him that him and his wife are a bitch.
I said that.
Yeah, you said you're gonna call Marco and tell Marco that they were a bitch, that you were gonna flex the title on him, and then right about 3:32, you're just like, I'm still high. And I was like, see, I only stick to weed. And then this one, he puts it in all caps too. He's like, I'm still high. And so I just like, see, I only stick to weed, my dude. But then like, he gives me a response an hour later. He's like, but this shit's so cool though. Like, I guess his concept of time was warped by that point. And I said, how so? And this nigga responds with this, and I laughed so hard. I was in the Forbidden Forest fighting Thor. It was so dope. I'm just like, the fuck? He's like, bro, for real, it's a long story, but that nigga challenges me, so I had to handle his ass real quick. Lol. Fuck the whore.
Bro, I was having a good time. Fuck.
And then he puts, I'm the ruler of Asgard. Fuck Thor. Fuck
Hey,
the IWF.
before you finish that.
It's just, he said, fuck Thor. Fuck the IWF. And then he put, fuck the IWF as a fucking as a fucking record label and as a motherfucking crew. Motherfucker was out here doing hit 'em up and shit. Jesus. And then, yeah, then that's when he stops messaging me. Oh, the last thing I messaged him, because it had just broke out, there was like Dana White got involved with an extortion case over a sex tape, and then you're still high and
Oh yeah.
you respond back to me like, whoa! But that was about it. The next day is when you tell me, because I text you the next day and just like, I said, you still ruling Asgard? And then you put like, nah, I left, that hoe was whack. But I was off of work at this point, and you're like, but nigga, I'm still hot, but I'm in more control now, so that's a good thing. I'm not gonna throw up.
What time was that?
This is about 4:34.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
My high lasted up until like 7 o'clock that morning.
and then apparently this nigga became a genius because it's like 4:35 a.m. and he's like, I'm a smart nigga, so like my mind is open to so much right now. This is why Steve Jobs did this shit. It'll give him vision with Apple. Nigga was a genius.
Oh man. Who let me take shrooms?
And then you say, bro, this is my shit. Fuck weed.
Man, no lie, bro. I fell in love. It's like it is the most. I'm telling y'all, if y'all haven't done shrooms before, it is the most amazing experience. It really opens your mind.
Tell you
No
what,
lie.
and then you text me, bro, I should watch the Boneyard match on this shit.
Dang, and I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
so mad. You know what? I'm gonna do it this
How
weekend.
you
When
gonna tell somebody to watch something while you high on shrooms and
No,
then
he
just for
says
you to
he's gonna
not do
watch
it?
it. He says he's gonna watch it he suggested it to himself, letting me know that he's gonna watch it on shrooms. I was like, okay.
I'm telling
I
you,
was like,
bro, it opens your mind up. Like, yeah, you're a creative ass nigga, Hector. Trust me, bro. You'd probably see some dope ass shit. I don't know about you, John. You kind of booty. I don't
he's
need
gonna see
you
The
on
Last of
shrooms.
Us. He's gonna see that scene from The Last of Us 2, bro. He's gonna see that Snyder cut before it comes out.
Dang, John, are you gonna let this man talk to you like this?
Stop putting this
Honestly,
man's real name.
I'm not even paying attention to them right now.
Why not? Why not, John?
Because he
Can I
hears
be
his
honest
mom
with you?
going up the stairs.
Nah, can I be honest with you? It's because y'all done drifted off the whole thing and I was laughing. So I had my mic muted, so I was laughing and playing Mario Sunshine.
No, Sunshine.
You played the game that's literally considered the worst modern Mario
That's
game.
cap.
I've
Man, we
heard
better
so many people talk
stop.
shit about Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine is dope.
No, but
The
yeah. So
worst,
that
the worst Mario was the first Paper Mario. That shit was trash.
Paper Mario was stupid to me. I don't know why that people thought that was popular.
I got a Leah Paper Mario Origami King for Christmas.
Actually, to be honest, with you, I heard that one was actually pretty good, but the first one sucked.
Ha.
Yeah. Yeah. So now that we're done with April, we now move to May.
We were on April. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we're on fucking.
I think this
Like
should
I
be cut
said,
into like 2 parts.
this year was so goddamn long. Nah, because the rest of it goes quickly. April, May, nothing much, just stupidity.
May
People.
I took shrooms again because HBO Max came out and all the Harry Potters were on there, and oh my god, Harry Potter is a trip on shrooms, bro. Oh my god. It was like Wingardium Leviosa. And I was like, yo, this is the dopest fucking thing ever.
You out here
My
with a stick in your backyard, just like.
Yo, my wife was this is the first time. So second time that I took them or the first time that she took them. And she was like, why are their faces melting? And I was like, huh? I was like, whose faces? She's like, look at the TV. And I was like, I don't see no face melt. They were like beating, like doom 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 doom. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It
Yo,
wasn't because she said it
shrooms
that
is
you
where it's
imagined
at.
it. You out
Man,
here pulling.
I was already high. I just, I didn't want to say nothing until she
There's
says.
there's a story about your hide that you told me in person that you forgot to mention out here, and I thought it was gonna be funny. Apparently, you told me in person that motherfuckers were going to the bathroom and that they kept
They were
throwing up.
throwing up. I
And
told you,
Viri had
bro.
tried and Viri had tried to take you to the bathroom, and you told me that you were just like, no, I don't want to go there. That's where people throw up.
And like that's where
You
other
even you even said you put your hands out like that.
yeah, because that's when that's before I went to Asgard. I was like, yeah, I gotta pee, and I was like, man, but I really don't want to go in this restroom. I was like, I'll just go pee outside. She's like, no, come on, I'll walk you to the restroom. And I was like, no, I don't want to go in there. That's where people throw up at. So I like fought her, and she finally let me go outside.
I just imagine you just like fighting your fucking pants down and shit. You're just running outside to take a piss.
But yeah, May was the second time I took it because HBO Max came out, and we like legit streamed every fucking movie that night until we were able to go to sleep.
Yeah, I think May nothing much happened for me. I same stuff, dealing just with more stupid people. But the cool thing was, the weird part was, while we were in the shutdown, Houston actually looked very nice. The fucking pollution was gone. We were able to see stars over Houston, which was like a rare fucking occurrence in the
There
city.
was no
Apparently,
traffic.
yeah, where everybody was able to like use the lanes and shit, the toll roads. It was solid. We did good. The pollution was beautiful. The spot that I was working at was another empty factory in the morning. It was the NRG part. The craziest part of that job spot to me though was there were these two big ass things that looked like swimming pools, but with like green like water type deal. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty nasty. I was like, oh, what's that? And like I'm getting the tour. This factory, whereas the last coffee one you do on foot, this one you do in person in car. And so I asked the dude, I was like, yo, what's that? And he's just like, oh, these two things right here. Just make sure nobody falls in or goes in. Like animals go in that all the time. If you see an animal go in it, don't try to save it at all. I'm like, wait, so what is these? These two giant swimming pools here? Make sure they never overflow. I'm like, okay, that's cool and all, but what are these? Okay, these are two pits of hydrochloric acid. I'm just like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, sometimes we have animals go in there, and so you'll just see like half of animals on the outside and the rest of the animal on the inside.
We were like, well, that's nice to know.
I was like, damn, that's nice to know. I mean, look, got two acid pits on the side of my job and shit. It's just like, holy fuck. So I texted my homegirl. I'm just
You
like, yo,
should you
if
should
there's
have jumped in
anybody,
there and see if you turn into the Joker.
fuck no. You will turn into Two-Face. It's just like you would turn extra crispy, motherfucker. Hell nah. Because they were telling there were alligators at that job site. I remember that just being the most trippy thing. There were alligators at that job site, and you had to drive around them because
Yeah, fuck all that shit.
you were in the F-250, and it was like one side of it, but the sky looked so nice. It was in the Laporte area. Shit was crazy. It was nice, dude. So things were good. I mean, Tiger King happened, but to be honest,
Oh yeah, huh?
it was a lot of what the fuck stuff, but it was in the moment. It really wasn't that interesting to me.
Yeah. Like I
Felt like
said, May was just HBO Max. June, nothing. Like literally nothing happened. I'm trying to think of something that happened
wrestling
in
stuff.
June. Oh, you know what? Where are my manners? Didn't we get the KSI rematch in 2020? No,
I
we
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah, I
That
was gonna
was
say I didn't watch
that
the.
was 2019. But we're
Was it
getting to
really
one of the
2019?
huh?
Was it really 2019? That shit went by fast.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
2019. I think, or maybe it was like February this year. It was one of them. I don't
it
fucking.
was
No, it was
20.
February. It was February of 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're right, because that was around the same time as Fury and Wilder,
Yeah.
and we had talked about. Oh, what was your opinion on that, Trey? Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder.
What? That was the one where the Tyson Fury was the one who got knocked out by the white guy, right?
Tyson
No,
Fury.
Tyson Fury was the white guy who knocked out Deontay Wilder.
Oh, that's what. Okay, yeah, no, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was crazy because Deontay Wilder was talking so much shit.
And he got smashed on.
He really
Yeah,
did. That shit was funny. That
he got
shit was
smashed
funny.
on. And then what was sad is he was just like, I'm gonna do this for all my people. I'm gonna do this for Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna do this for the culture. That was a hate
Hey,
crime. That's what happened. We
Isn't
saw a
that
hate
when
crime.
Nate Robinson said?
yeah, y'all remember? There was a fight a long ass time ago. It was
Never
Brock Lesnar
dedicated
versus
the
Cain
fight to.
Velasquez,
Oh
and
yeah.
Brock Lesnar was like, "Bro, I'm gonna beat his ass, and when I'm done, I'm gonna have a nice sip of Corona when I get done." That boy Cain Velasquez came in and knocked his ass out within I
Oh,
think the first round too.
Bro, that was all staged.
speaking of UFC fights, we didn't talk about this one, but me and you had like an argument about this one. This UFC fight happened. It was John Jones versus what was his
Dominic
name again?
Reyes. I
Dominic
went there.
Reyes.
That's right. In February,
You
I
went
also
there.
also went to
And
that.
I was so jealous because you had said that somebody was gonna pull out, and I was just like fucking hoping. I was like so hoping so hard that they did, so I could fucking go and watch it live. I still, bruh, if there was not Champions Advantage, John Jones would have lost that fight. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Yeah, I don't remember the fight. I'll be honest.
Wait,
Right.
who do you fight?
Dominic
Dominic Reyes and
Reyes.
John Jones.
Oh,
Dominic
Yeah,
I'm
Reyes
not gonna
tossed the
lie.
shit
I'm not
up,
gonna lie.
then he got gassed
John,
on.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. John Jones should not have won that fight. I'm a huge John Jones fan. He should not have won that fight.
you don't even know who John Jones is.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Connor came
the
back.
the one
He
I didn't
fucking
like is
beat
when he,
Cerrone with the shoulders.
Oh yeah,
oh
Connor
yeah,
came back and then he did that shoulder shit, and everybody lost their mind. I remember. So we watch our fights through unconventional means, and I remember my shit glitched, and the star thing fought, refreshed the tab, and then by the time the tab was refreshed, it was like it was all over. I'm just like,
Yeah,
what?
that's what happened over here too. I heard that happen on everybody's stream that did it like that.
Yeah,
They fucking playing that shit, little bitches.
little bitches. Yeah, that fight.
Um, yeah. What else happened this year? Fuck.
Oh, Fedor versus Fedor versus Rampage.
That
We
happened this
talked.
year?
That
that
Oh,
happened.
happened.
Fat Page. That was Fat Page. That
Yeah,
Rampage. That's Fat
Rampage
Page.
versus. Hold up. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. Let me just double check. It was Rampage
I wish we were
versus.
talking about 2019 when it was Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz.
Oh my god, that was horrible. So
Oh
bad.
no, that was December 2019.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that
what I
was December
figured.
2019. Fedor versus Fat Page. My
Fat Page.
favorite tweet from that night is when it said it looked like Rampage came straight from the barbecue to this fight.
That's fucked up.
We thought that was going to be the last time we saw some flabby fighters, but oh man. Okay, so August, um, April. Oh, April. We're in May now. Anything happen in May? Oh
Bro,
no.
we just said nothing
Yeah, we
happened
just finished
May or
May.
June.
May or June. June. Met
June was my
Myron. Got
birthday.
to do. June met Myron. Got to do the TV network stuff. Pro Skater gets announced, and that's when I go on my
Pro
little
Skater was
life
shit.
journey.
That was the fucking worst thing I've ever seen.
What?
Pro Skater. I honestly wish they would have remastered Underground 1 and 2. That would have been good.
You too young for this conversation, sir.
Aren't you like my age?
Yes, I'm telling you now. Don't you ever
I heard Pro
insult
Skater
Tony Hawk.
sucked though.
I liked it.
It did.
I liked it. I still
I
have
really
it.
wish. I really wish they would have done I almost named it street. No, a Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2 remaster because that was my favorite one.
That really wasn't my favorite. 3 is the one that I want them to remaster because that was the one that had my favorite soundtrack out of the whole series. It was cool that they had brought some stuff back. So Pro Skater gets announced. I tried to learn how to skate, and I do. I just don't know how to do like major tricks, but I know how to basically cruise, do some minor tricks, and that's about it. Still working on it though, but yeah, skating, tried it in June. It wasn't until October that Houston Skateboards reach out to me and they give me a cool box. I get to unbox it for the video. I get a free set of wheels and shit. That was pretty cool. Yeah, so June, I think I met up with Myron to set up the TV network that's getting worked on now. I'm gonna see how that goes.
June was also when I reached out to Michael and Jerry, the PWF guys, about getting us pretty much trained, helping like kickstart REW or whatever. And that just turned into like them opening their own wrestling school, which of course I'm in now. So um, that's been cool. That's been fun. I got to do a few
Yeah.
things. I got to do like my own spot, or not my own spot, but I was in a spot in the match where I had to catch another guy, which
And
we
y'all
pretty
did
much
fucking
missed.
horrible.
Fucking almost killed the guy.
Y'all,
Um, I've met a ton of wrestlers this year. Befriended a ton like on social media and stuff like that. I've had like fucking people that have been in the fucking wrestling business for a while, like follow me out of nowhere on Twitter. Jazz being the most recent one. That I thought that was pretty cool. I actually thought it was fake on the cool. Like I saw like Jazz and I was like, no way this is the real fucking Jazz. So I like went to her profile and it was actually the real fucking Jazz. I was kind of shocked. Um,
same thing with me,
right.
except instead of wrestling, it was skaters. Fucking cool ass pro skaters were following me, and I was like, that was badass. That was cool for the fucking channel. I thought that was nice.
Only gays skate.
Dan McFarlane, the niggas from Visual Equi, huh? Skateboarding, my guy.
Yeah.
Bro, these dudes are fucking mad crazy on a
I said
skateboard.
only gays skate.
Nah, bro. I will not let you insult the good name of Tony Hawk like that. I was gonna teach you how to skate, but you just we just got busy.
Me and Hector actually helped out in was it July or
No,
was
we
it
worked on that wrestling
August
show.
show? Yeah, was it the August show?
Yeah, the August.
Yeah, and I guess we'll get to that when we get to August. I had nothing else for June or July. I don't think anything either.
July, 4th of July, that was about it.
4th of July is when I tried a drink called 5-Star General. Y'all ever heard of that?
No.
Fuck you and your drink. No, I'm just kidding.
It's Jim, Johnny, Jack, Jameson, and Jose.
Oh shit! You know what? You're right. I have heard of that recently. Except he called it something else. He called it the General of Death. It was one of my coworkers. I have a coworker. I'm not gonna snitch him out.
You're supposed to sip it. You're not supposed to chug it. You're supposed to sip it. If you chug it, you will get fucking drunk in about 3 minutes.
That's what home dude was telling me too. Yeah, that's a lethal shit.
That's why all I drink is Crown and Coke.
Something that happened between March up until, I mean, now, if you really want to look into it, we did have the protest. We did have the big thing.
Oh,
I was one of the 60,000 who marched at the George Floyd thing. I'm gonna tell this story.
When he says march, he means he rioted. Okay, everybody, he's a fucking looter.
Yeah, nigga, I put on my Rey Mysterio mask and was breaking into some shit. Booyaka booyaka out this hole. But anyways, no.
Fucking
So
terrorist thug.
no, I do the peaceful march, and then this is the funniest story. Fucking, the cops were about to lose their shit because what's it called? One of them threw water bottles at the cops because the way how it was, they reserved a street, and we were marching down it, and then we're gonna go from Discovery Green, Capitol, back to Discovery Green. So on the way back to Discovery Green, they had them all, these cops all, with basically like fucking plastic tumbleweeds of them shits that they use to quickly restrain you that are like zip ties. And then they had like a bunch of cop cars, high militarized fucking cop vehicles. So it was me and another former like coworker, and we're marching, and we had parked in like anybody who goes to Houston know that there's like sections in the middle of downtown that are just reserved for parking lots and park spaces, right? So we parked that one of those, and when we parked at one of those, fucking, we had somebody when we got there. Somebody had told us that what's his little flip? That little flip had parked in that same one, but we didn't believe him, right, bruh? When that water bottle was thrown, 5 cop cars came out of nowhere, 2 heavily armored, one regular, and then 2 disguised ones, which are like disguised real nice. Like they
Oh
shit look like some
shit!
Ferraris.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah. So they just speed up, and when they speed up, fucking little Flip was gone. We didn't believe, but sure enough, we saw he got in the car. We were just like, "Yo, little Flip." I was trying to get a picture. That motherfucker said, "Fuck." He didn't say "fucking picture," but he was gone. Him, 3 other people, they ran, got into the white vehicle that was parked there, pulled out, and they fucking peeled out of there. Protest wasn't even done yet. He said, "Fuck it." The cops came, he was gone. It's like my homegirl was just, she was like mad. She was like, "Fuck you, bro. That's why I like Ti." So I picked Ti over here. I was like, "Damn, bro, Lil Flip disappointed me so hard. Like I thought he was really about it, but as soon as the cops fucking looked like they were about to beat us, he was gone. That issue got resolved because like the fucking chief of police, he got pissed and he told his deputies like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?" Because they came at us. Like, and one white bitch, she literally pulled out her fucking nightstick and was running towards until the fucking chief, because he was marching down there with and supervising. He was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing? Get the fuck back in your cars. It's just a fucking water bottle. Calm down." Meanwhile, in the real life, right now, January 6th, the fucking Capitol just got raided and shit. And they're
Fucking
okay. So
breached and under attack. Motherfuckers.
Cops have gone crazy this year. In New York, they had those videos of the cops drive into the crowd. And to me, the most fucked up one, other than like obviously the killing of Breonna Taylor and all that, the most fucked up incident of a guy who was literally just doing nothing was that old dude who was just standing and they shoved him and he fucking was bleeding from his ear. Yeah, I remember seeing that shit. I thought homie was dead when I saw that video.
They
I
found out,
legitimately thought
they found out that was fake, right?
huh?
They
I
found out that
don't
was
know.
fake.
Hold up,
Nah,
where'd you
they
hear
found
this
out it was
from?
fake.
Where'd you hear?
If you zoom on the picture, you can see like a little
What?
fucking nozzle in the back of the ear, and the blood is too bright to be blood. Go look at the video
Where do
again.
you get your
The blood
news
isn't
from?
blood.
I've followed the follow-up interview where they actually interviewed him and they interviewed his staff. If it was fake, the cops wouldn't have resigned after those 2 guys were gonna get in trouble.
Oh, you're
Listen.
talking about the old dude standing in the way and the guy fucking pushes him,
Yeah, and he
and
like,
and he tells the other cop not
Listen.
to check on him,
Hector,
right?
yeah,
That's fucking real, you dumb
that's
shit.
real. Trey,
I can tell you,
that's real.
I seen that girl with 3 titties, but does that mean it's true?
Yeah, that means you watched Total Recall, you dumb fuck. You never
I'm
seen
not
Total
gonna lie.
Recall, have you?
I have. I seen the old one
Girl
and
with
the
3
new one.
titties. There you go. You saw it. No, but that they did a follow up because
I don't believe
those
that shit's
cops
real.
those
How do you
cops
not
got
believe
in
it's
trouble,
real?
and then because those 2 cops got in trouble, the rest of the unit decided to quit, and then they didn't punish those other 2 cops, and then they went back to work for him again. But yeah, that's the one that I'm referring to. That shit was crazy, bro. Hold up, you believe Sandy Hook is real, right, Trey? Like, hold on, what's your Trey? Sandy Hook, Trey.
John.
Huh?
Do you think Sandy Hook is real, Trey?
No comment.
Oh my fucking god!
John, do you know what he's talking about, John?
I know what Sandy Hook is. Yes, I know what it is.
Okay, John.
What is it?
The school shooting, where the shooter's death certificate was 3 days before the actual shooting.
Do you think there's something in the water that makes the frogs gay, Trey? Okay. All right, let's just move on. Let's just move on. Oh, let's end this. Okay. September, my birthday. I had canceled it, and in canceling my priority plans that I normally do, I ended up getting so much family reaching out to me, doing nice shit for me, or inviting me to shit. I know you invited me to some shit. So you invited me to chill and shit. So that was pretty cool. I got like different family members reaching out, chilling. That was nice. Anything major happened for y'all in September? I know you were still training at that time.
September. Wait, you say September?
Yeah,
Bro, we just skipped over July and August.
we did. We just said nothing major happened in them. Were you hitting that reefer too much?
Oh. September. I don't think so. Me and Viri made 10 years of being together. Yay.
Hey, congratulations.
Other than that, yeah, no, nothing.
All right, what about you, Trey?
Hmm.
September. What happened? What happened with you in September?
Not a damn thing.
Damn, bro. Shame. Anyway, October happened. October happens. Nothing much. I got to spend Halloween with you guys. That was pretty cool.
October happened is when I started working at Nike.
You did come over for Halloween.
Yeah. It was me and my girl. We came for Halloween, and it was like Halloween / Viri's birthday celebration.
That's right. We had Viri's birthday party that night.
The
We
night
put
before I
on
came, because
we
I
put
had to
on a
work.
Halloween wrestling match. That backyard wrestling match. That was actually fun.
That was fun. That really was fun.
Um,
Your dad was the worst referee of all time, though.
my dad kept
Just.
laughing and shit. And
He was the worst ref. Like, we would do a pin, and we'd have to tell your dad, fucking count 1, 2, 3 in the middle of it each
or
time.
he would be like,
Oh shit.
oh shit, my bad. Oh, I forgot. And I was like, dude, stop laughing so much.
I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, so we did that.
Yeah, Halloween was cool. I think the only thing that sucked about Halloween is just my girlfriend got a little bit too worried because like she doesn't live by herself. So I think once they started like smoking the weed and shit, that's what had made her panicky. Because I had to drop her off to her like her parents' house and shit. She got a Trey situation going on, you know. Yeah. It's
Oh,
okay.
y'all played that game that night, that group game.
That group game and we went by Team
and
Gooch.
you was making my dad pissed off.
Why?
Because you were reading off the questions for them, and there was a clue you kept giving, and nobody was like guessing it. And my dad was like, "Dude, what the fuck? Move on to the next one. Just fucking skip it." And you weren't skipping it. You just kept reading. My dad
Because
was
there was
like,
only one more afterwards, and
my
it was just
dad,
one. Yeah.
my dad was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Dude?
I mean, we still
he's like,
won though.
Hector, move the fuck on. I'm fucking ready.
We went to the second round and there wasn't no second round. We won because the rest of them just fucking quit. it was crazy to see that like people who were my same age didn't know what Thriller was or didn't know who Michael Jackson was.
Oh yeah, that's
That
right.
shit caught me off guard so
Bro,
hard. Me
who
and
the hell didn't
Stephanie
know
were
who
like,
Michael Jackson was?
Barry's sister and her friends.
Oh my
they didn't
god.
know. They didn't know who Michael Jackson was. They didn't know what Thriller was. There was so much shit that was not even that old that they didn't know, and that's
I didn't
why
even know
I
what Thriller is, bro. That's like one of the biggest songs.
like shit.
Yeah, trust me, we were
Even,
disappointed too.
even if you don't like Michael Jackson, you at least know what Thriller is.
Exactly.
Michael Jackson pillow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
Billy, like so Billie Jean, none of that shit.
They didn't
Uh,
know. They
you
didn't
know.
know. We were like
That's
dead ass surprised.
Yep, that's everything that I believe that happened in October.
October. Halloween was kind of mundane. Um, November.
damn.
Oh,
No, my
well,
fault, my fault. I was talking to myself. I just figured out they don't have HBO Max on the Switch. Just fucking
They only got
dumb.
Hulu and YouTube.
No
Switch
Netflix
sucks
either.
when it comes to streaming services, man. Switch sucks ass when it comes to streaming
Yeah,
services.
Hulu and YouTube. So then we go to November, and of course we got a new president elect. Even though our current president is,
Just
Being a bum.
still acting a fucking ass.
Trey,
Uh, um,
Trey, do you believe in
November.
Trey? Do you believe there
So
was? Talking about Trey. Do you believe there was voter fraud in this election?
Hmm?
Do you believe there was voter fraud in this election, Trey?
Hell no, he just mad he lost. He just sour. He just being sour.
all right, cool.
Okay, we just
So new
we just had
president elect. Viri's actual birthday. She turned 27. Uh, we had the Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight, which saw
we
Nate
did.
That was
Robinson
lame
get
as hell.
dropped by Jake Paul. And then, of course, I think the biggest thing to happen in November was the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X release, and I was able to get one.
You lucky son of
And
a
I
bitch.
wasn't because scalpers are
Lucky.
hoes.
I never get a. I think the Switch and the PlayStation 2, which I didn't get the PlayStation 2. My mom got that for me. Uh, those were the only consoles that I've ever gotten the year they came out. No,
Well,
my mom
because there
got the
was
Wii
no
U when it came
COVID.
out. My
There
mom
was
got
no
the Wii U when
COVID.
it came out.
Because nobody was buying that piece of garbage.
The first Wii, hell no, everybody was buying it,
Well,
bro.
the first one, I'm talking about the Wii U.
No,
That
nobody
Wii
bought the
U
Wii
is
U.
trash.
I got the Wii
We
U
bought.
on the day it launched because I was working at Best Buy the day that it came out, and I
My
remember
mom bought
like,
the Wii U from my sister, who was talking about, oh, she's gonna play Smash Bros. All the time. We've never once set that Wii U up. Just
we
out the
did.
box.
We set it up and then
It's
we
in the
sold it
garage.
like a week later.
It's in the garage. It's dusty as fuck right now. The Switch I remember buying because that was like the first console that I had bought for myself. Had a job and everything. And then the second console that I had to buy myself was the PS4 when my mom wasn't gonna let me take the fucking PS4 when I moved out. Even though nobody used, so I had to buy my own PS4. I was like,
Wait,
all right, fuck it.
she kept a PS4, so you had to go buy one.
Yeah, so I had to go buy one. Fuck
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
that's the
fun.
PS4. Live by the PS, PlayStation, die by the PlayStation. Fuck Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that big ass brick. Speaking of that, so I remember following that because I didn't know if it was going to release or not. Because reports were that Sony was going to pull back and not release it till 2021 because of the virus. And then Xbox just said, "Fuck it, let's go then. Now is the perfect time. We'll release it now." And in them doing that, Sony just kind of had their arm twisted and therefore had to release from what I read, and therefore had to say, fuck it, let's just release the PS5 now. And
And then they outsold them 2-1 again.
then holy shit. I've seen some crazy things for some products before, but yo, this PS5, like it beat the people fucking fighting over toilet paper with how crazy the PS5 shit was.
Oh, I forgot niggas was doing that. God damn it, this year was long.
It was long. I was stealing toilet paper from work, if y'all want to know. Like, we had, I was a former janitor, so I knew what shit you would have to click in to unlock the thing to get the toilet. So I was stealing like big ass rolls. Like when it first started, I was stealing toilet paper from my college. And funny story about that, I'm gonna tell it on this episode because Kui just didn't make it. In one of the classes, I had my backpack, right? Because it's college. I put my when I first started stealing the toilet papers, I was a dick, and I would take both the big ass rolls instead of just taking one. So I took it and I walked out the stall, and my professor walked in while I was washing my hands, and he went into the stall that I just stole both the rolls from. And so we're sitting waiting in class. It was like 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, if the professor doesn't show, you could leave and hardly excuse. But for anyone who stayed just the additional 5, he comes in. He was just like, I don't know what happened. For some reason, the stalls didn't have any toilet paper. I had to notify the head of the school in an email to send the janitor. Here I am sitting in this man's classroom with two rolls of the college toilet paper.
How does nigga wipe his ass then?
He had to message the head of the school to send a janitor to him. He had to email. He had to wait on an email. Dry ass and everything. Let the head dude know.
This nigga had to wait to wipe his ass. That shit got hard. Ooh.
Exactly, bro.
That's you a hoe again.
Yeah. I had plenty of toilet paper stocked up. I remember I had now I buy my toilet paper after I was like college toilet paper, so it was like that cheap whatever disposable.
Oh, I hate that shit. Yeah.
And it was like that shitty toilet paper. I had one friend come to my crib, him and his brother, it was Frank and Q, and they come to my crib, and Frank's drunk, and he's like, Quee, we need to get the fuck out of Hector's apartment because I gotta take a shit, but I don't want to wipe my ass with this fucking toilet paper. Like, I had a whole, like, my girlfriend came to chill with me once in my crib, and she was just like, oh, and I was like, yeah, I got the restroom taken care of, and I was like, hey, baby, take a look at this, and I showed her, it was like 7 rolls, like those big ass rolls in those toilet sheets, just in my little bottom cabinet. She's like, oh god, no, please, just buy some regular toilet paper.
It's rough on your booty, man.
She was just like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, it's a successful hike, that's what it is. 7 rolls. Yeah. Dude, the PS5, man. Back to the PS5. I've never seen so many people try to snatch that shit to the crazy extent. Did you hear what happened in Britain?
Mm-mm.
In Britain, fucking gangs were literally pulling a Fast and the Furious and breaking the back hitch of bobtails or of trucks, opening them while the vehicles are moving and stealing PlayStations that way.
Hell yeah. That's the way to do it.
Man, I don't get it. Wait. Okay, so with Nintendo, they had some shit. Nintendo, when it comes to companies, I will give them the upper hand. They're better at releasing more shit for you to play on their console when it comes out than any other company. Right? Any other company, you get like the bare minimum. Like, you get like one game. You get Spider-Man. Here's your PlayStation 4. You know, no complaints. I ended up selling my copy of Spider-Man that I got. You know, got a good free penny for it. And I think this one, their whole main thing was Miles Morales. It's going to be that big one. But, yeah, I'm going to wait till Black Friday, maybe. You know, once that 2,000 stimulus checks, you know, maybe, you know, maybe I'll have both. I remember when my sister lived with me for 2 months. She has an Xbox One, so she had just played in just to play Cuphead, but Other than that, I don't fuck with Xbox.
Fucking, what's an Xbox? What is that? Ill. Only
Trey, you
niggas
gotta
named
come in here defending
John. Only niggas named John play Xbox.
John. You out here fucking with Xbox? I know you was on your Nintendo Switch. I don't think The Last of Us 2 is on Nintendo Switch. You know.
First off, y'all can go to hell. I think The Last of Us, both of them are fucking trash, and they should never been made. Oh my god, they were just fucking horrible. I don't think, yeah, both of them should never been fucking horrible.
Why do you hate the
Two,
first one?
it was just trash. I did not enjoy it. I fell asleep within an hour.
What kind of games you like?
But with that second game, you were
I played 2K.
all night.
Oh my god! I swear I can't deal with y'all, motherfucker. I play 2K and games like Heavy Rain and fucking Detroit Become Human.
Have you played Miles Morales yet?
Nah.
Really?
I know it's a good game.
So what about
And by the
your,
way, for you fuckheads, gaming is gaming. I don't give a fuck what console it's on. If I enjoy it, I'll enjoy it.
So then why are you going through so much trouble to get the PS5 and not so much trouble to get the Series X?
Yeah, I can get the Series X right now if I wanted to.
Because the Series X, I'm only getting 2 games for it. I'm not playing it like that. I only play Xbox with 2 games: Halo and Fable. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 games: Halo, Fable, and Forza Horizon. That's it. Other than that, it's PlayStation.
Gay.
Hell, I was so disappointed in PlayStation when they released the God of War, whatever the fuck they did, because the originals were so much better. That new one fucking sucked.
Old ass Kratos.
You're the only person I've ever heard say that, which means it doesn't suck.
That's crazy. That shit was so boring.
Everybody who I talked about that game gave it a good review except you, man. Jesus.
Yeah, that means it doesn't suck.
Yeah, okay, DJ.
I don't know. You said Pro Skater sucked, and like every other person.
Advice than one person.
It's a personal preference, and this nigga DJ want to bring it to everybody. Like, what the fuck? It just because I enjoy it, don't mean nobody else is gonna enjoy it. What the fuck?
That's okay. It's just we know there's this thing called the vast majority.
You're not
and
a
then
part
there's
of
you.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm not or if I am or am not part of the vast majority, dude.
Okay, it's okay. Mommy says you're special. We understand, bro. We
Shut up.
we ain't dogging on you, bro. In music, any memorable music in 2020 I gave a shit about?
Music to be murdered by A and B.
Yeah.
The only thing that was good that dropped this year.
A was okay, and then B was
Time
stupid.
out. Didn't the side B come out like a week ago?
Yeah, side B. They both came out in 2020.
Are you sure?
By the last minute, it came out. What I hated about part A is that I thought it was like, I think M should have waited for because Mac Miller's album dropped that same day, and Mac Miller's state announced his shit in advance. But Eminem just said, "Fuck that dead nigga."
Man, that that album was trash.
What, the last Mac Miller one?
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as his other projects. It was like, oh, that's all we're gonna get. I want to know is why the fuck do motherfuckers think Juice World is amazing? What the fuck? Who lied to these people?
Trey.
Trey, what you think about Juice World?
I like him. I wouldn't go as far as to say that he's fucking great, but I liked him.
All right. Yeah.
People who say that he was great, even though he released like 4 albums or 3 or 4 albums, and it was only like 20 years old. I don't understand why they say he's the great. Like saying Eminem's the great, or saying Snoop is the great, or saying fucking Logic is going up there with the greats.
Okay, who the fuck says Logic's going up there with the greats? I want to know. Who are you chilling with?
I was an example. Hector, chill out.
Okay, that's what I'm to say.
Yeah, it was an example. Chill out. Anyway, I can see, but Juice WRLD's only been alive. Juice WRLD was only alive for 20 years, and
Time out.
he was only making music for 2.5 years,
Trey.
or more, a little
Trey.
longer. And that shit, he was good, but I don't think he's fucking great.
Hector, I just want you to know my cousin called X
Oh
the
my god!
Which one?
this generation's Tupac. Okay.
Log off this fucking call right now. I'm talking about. My sister was
I said what I said. Both y'all can go fuck yourselves in hell.
My sister. I'll give him this. My sister was an XXXTentacion fan. She later on, after we kept on roasting her, was trying to say, "Oh no, I wasn't a serious fan." I was like, "Nah, you were, bro. You had him as like your phone background and shit, talking about, oh, his shit's deep." Like, nah, bro. Look, I thought he was a okay meme rapper with that fucking look at me shit, and I never took him as anything serious. And everybody was trashing his fucking albums. It wasn't until he died that people were just like, "Oh nah, bro. His last album is a modern classic." Bullets in the motherfucker does not make him a lyricist, and they don't make him scream. Now, granted, I can understand guilty pleasures, but to say that he's this generation's Tupac, no, sir. Just no, sir. That's literally like people who say Logic was this generation's Eminem.
Negative.
I've heard people say Logic is this generation's Eminem, and I'm like, no, stop it. Stop it. Don't even do it. Now, granted.
Logic, I don't know, man. I don't even know. Like, I actually I like Logic. I just, some of his songs, I just can't stomach most of the songs.
Okay, so that's reasonable. I think Logic was
but
okay.
but I don't hate him. I really don't. He really has had some good songs.
I don't
like that one with Eminem he did.
Dude, are you talking about, what was that song? I know which one he's talking about.
Sing it.
Fuck. But I just remember he reminded as like
I said sing it, bitch.
Homicide.
Homicide. Oh, there you're right. Homicide.
Hector said he knew what it was. I want him to sing it.
No, he said. I was thinking about it. Shit. I
actually enjoyed Homicide.
I didn't like Homicide. I will appreciate him for the Wu-Tang Forever song, because he was able to get all of Wu-Tang to fucking make a song together, because they couldn't even make an album together, because that whole Wu-Tang Return to the 36 Chambers, that last one they did, they didn't have You Got on there. Somehow Logic got You Got to be on there and all that shit, so that was impressive. But yeah, no, XXXTentacion is not this generation's Tupac. He's not even this generation's Coolio, alright? And Coolio has some bangers, bro. There's no disrespect. It's
funny because to this day I never or Thomas for that matter, just because they won't ever let me talk. But all I said was that day, and I remember the exact day I said it. I remember the exact day. The exact day I said this.
Should have never said that.
No, hold on. The exact day I said this, I was actually at Tommy's house. No, I'm sorry, DJ was at your house, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at your house when I said this, because it was Tommy's birthday, right?
I don't remember what it was for.
Yeah, it was Tommy's birthday because that dude, friends brought over a shitty ass beer, and I was pretending to like it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I was over then. I told DJ and Thomas, I said, bro, I seen this thing on the internet, and I even showed them the headline. DJ probably don't remember because he was too busy making fun of me. I showed them, both of them, the headline that said the X was this generation's Tupac. I never said that. That was somebody on the headline.
No, nigga. No, this nigga is lying.
I have
hold on.
No, I had the headline. I will put it in the
chat right now. Because I remember.
Hold on. He brought it up, right? He shows the headline, and I was like, I said. This was me. I said, nah, that nigga trash. And he was like, no, I agree, bro, because such and such. And I remember.
Oh, no, I did.
Sister was there, and I was like, yo, this nigga said, all played him.
I remember the conversation. So I did say I agree. Now I told him, I said,
Let Trey go
because after X did all, like Hector said, the meme songs, like when he did look at me, and
I'm sipping tea in your hood.
RP
That was my
Roach,
favorite track from him.
that one too. He went from there, and then he started doing he did 17. He did that one song, Fuck Love, and then he went from like emo to rock to fucking screaming, or was it screamo, and then he went to heavy metal, back to rap, then like he went back to emo. He would cycle around different genres, and a lot of DJ don't like to hear it because he
Because
doesn't think it's true. And
it don't matter whether his
hold on,
music
hold on,
was.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
It's not
Hold on.
Tupac level.
All right, hold on.
Hold on.
Look,
Let the man speak.
Okay, so DJ don't like to hear it because if it ain't his opinion, just like how it is, if it isn't, if I don't, that's not my opinion, I won't like it, and you have to give me a valid reason. DJ is the hardest person to give a valid reason to because he's very, what's the one? He's very stuck on his own opinion. I respect
It's
him for
because
that.
I'm
Now,
smart and I come with facts. This nigga don't.
you're smart. Okay,
This nigga
that's a
dumb.
first.
This
Anyway,
nigga.
Hold on.
let me finish? So, a lot of rappers respected him for that, and of course, the fucking rappers like Lil Pump, but there was other rappers. I can't take Lil Pump seriously, so he's off the table.
Nobody should
Lil
take
Pump
Lil
is
Pump
fucking trash. Lil Pump can't be taken seriously. This man done switched presidents 3 times in 1 week.
Oh yeah.
And
Look,
but
this nigga Trey graduated from regular classes, okay?
But anyways, when you say that if you're saying that you agree with the article that claims that he is this generation's Tupac,
okay, hold on. Okay,
do you mean impact or musically?
I would say impact, not musically.
Not even
Musically,
impact.
I've listened.
Not even impact.
I've listened to Tupac. Tupac is good. There would be nobody who comes close to that because that's Tupac.
Biggie
Impactfully
comes
though,
close to it and beats it, in my opinion. I always put Biggie over Pac.
Anyway, so X had a huge impact, especially with people who are going through depression, like me. I listened to this fucking 17 album over and over again back in high school, because in high school I was severely depressed, like literally all the time. So I would listen to his songs like a majority of the time, all the time. I remember when he announced 17, or was it 7? No, it was a question. I think it was question or 17 when it came out.
Was this before or after he abused his girlfriend?
This is. I don't give a damn about that. Ain't my life.
Stuck a barbecue fork up her vagina, but he's so fucking inspirational.
Look, hey,
sure.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Is it my personal life? Does it affect me?
But you just said he was
you just said you were listening
person.
to it because you were emo too. Is that what's going on, dude? Trey, is that why you're sad?
It was inspirational to you.
Look,
you were inspired to put a barbecue fork in a girl's vagina?
Listen. All right, Von. Look, I'm about to switch subject. Not really switch subject. It's the same thing. Von Miller, Broncos star linebacker, was exposed by a girl on Instagram because he told a girl that she can go fuck herself and that he hopes that she has an abortion and things like that. R. Kelly raped a fucking 13, 14 year old.
The football player, when he just said something. R. Kelly is a more reasonable argument because R. Kelly
did something.
Yeah.
Okay,
now, here's where I will give you credit. To X's credit, he did say the problem with X is that, in my opinion, he never got after his fans and told them what to do, which you need to sometimes put your fans in check. He was like, he did right. He admitted to the courts that he did the shit and that he felt guilty and that he was trying to come back from that. I will give him that because he would. The only thing is, he never reached out to his fans and told them to calm down.
I remember when I think it was a year and a half after the PS4 came out. And this is after he's trying to bring himself back. He went and bought I think it was 12 PS4s or whatever. Bought him in a minivan or whatever, and then he went to some fucking charity house or foster care or whatever, and gave it all to them.
But what does that mean?
No, it means Look, I can understand his efforts of trying to come back to be a good person.
What
That's okay.
efforts? You
But
stuck a
this
fucking
argument,
barbecue fork up someone's vagina. How do
yeah,
you come back and
That's
justify that
hey, you know
with
what?
giving
Hey,
away
hey, you know what? Hey,
PS4s?
hey, 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 you know what though? That's tough. That's not my fucking problem.
But
At
okay,
least,
he,
at
but
least, at,
but he
at,
but
was
he
at
used
least,
putting
at
to.
putting
least
all
he was
that
trying.
aside, because if you want to bring that same argument, yes, Tupac got accused of rape and shit, but that wasn't our argument. Our argument, because you're getting off track here, because DJ got off track with that shit too. I understand, but the argument was there's no way that he had the same amount of impact or
Or
the same
musical.
amount of musical appreciation as Tupac. Tupac went through two different eras. He went through the clean rap era up into the gangster rap era, and he switched. Go listen to like when he was rhyming, because if you listen like strictly from my niggas, he's barely really like hardcore on that shit. He's more focusing on lyrics, trying to be more positive, but he's not as hard. But with Tupac saying he was more politically motivated in his thing, and not politically motivated as vote for this person, vote for that person, but here's what's going on in the neighborhood. Here's the situation going on. X's best song, when people try to say that, oh, but he did like a song based on his homegirl suicide note. He didn't even fucking write that song. He got that shit from her suicide note. So by that
Yeah, I
logic,
know.
why is the girl who didn't murk herself considered the greatest lyricist of all time? You know? I don't think X had the same amount of impact. I think X got popular. He had some of the craziest fucking fans, but he a troubled person? Yes. Was his music
Who
okay?
isn't?
Yes.
Who isn't troubled?
Huh?
I said, who
Mr.
isn't a
Rogers,
troubled
nigga.
person?
Mr.
All right,
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers is one of the most nicest people before he died.
He was. He actually really was one of the nicest people. Fucking Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. I ain't out here barbecuing bitches. But anyways, no. But it's one thing. The thing is, he physically stabbed somebody. I don't think you realize barbecue fork. Fucking
I know what a
that's
barbecue fork is. I know
that's
what a
a
barbecue fork
stab,
is.
And the
sir.
crazy thing is, this dude tried to deny. I brought it up to him, Hector, and this dude was like, "Show me the proof. Show me the proof that even happened. Show me the proof." And I'm like, "What
He
proof?"
said it on tape. He said it on tape, which
And
was fucked up because
he was like,
he
"No, that
kept
didn't
on.
happen. That
He
yes,
was letting his
it
fan.
did."
He was telling his fans that it didn't happen, and so many of his fans were believing him that it took after he died, while he was in the process, because he was still under investigation when that shit was going on. He was still going to court, but motherfuckers watch the movies too much and think that when you get arrested, you get charged and sent to jail that day. No, it's a longer process. So he was
Oh,
still
I
in the
know.
process of that investigation, and the audio had just leaked right before he died. But I don't think artistry wise, I don't think he has the impact, because there are some rappers who only released one album, but the strength of that one album is so good that its impact on the fucking rap game is remembered heavily. One of my favorite rappers of all my personal goat is Big Pun, and Big Pun's album Capital Punishment, it's a solid banger ass album, but Big Pun was a flawed person as well. He was caught on video pistol whipping his wife. So, when the shit, but at a pistol whip, granted, it's painful, but it's still a bruise and shit. But there's a barbecue fork getting stabbed into someone's like sensitive area and shit. And I know what you're thinking. Well, you're probably not thinking what DJ is. I defend New Jack, but in New Jack, it's a whole different thing.
New
All
Jack
right.
was beating up other men, fucking grown men. I mean, other than the
Grown men
fucking 17-year-old
were
kid,
doing
but
them wrong.
like
Yeah,
that's completely different. This
but
dude
But
just
other than what X did in his life, well, we're talking about music. I don't think he has the track. He doesn't have the track listings to match up with
Dude
any.
wasn't
Not even
alive
close
long
to.
enough.
Huh?
Dude wasn't even alive long enough.
what? There's no criteria
Kinda.
to
Then
him.
he did. Then that's what you could say that's what makes it more tragic. But X died at 21. Pac died at like 22, I think. Let me Google Pac's death age.
I was like 26.
Yeah, 25. He was 25 when he passed away.
25.
But you're not gonna tell me in 4 years X was gonna make like this new classic album, because his albums were already getting shit reviews, even from like some of his own peers. Because the people who I knew who liked X only liked his meme music and didn't see him as nothing else than a deeper artist. And my sister was a big fan of his, but yes, he made some somber shit, but I don't think he has that impact. There's no way he ever came close to having that impact. Remember, X's main person who he was getting compared to at the time was fucking Trippie Redd and 6ix9ine, because 6ix9ine hadn't ratted on his crew yet at that time. So, and those three, I will never ever fucking put close to Pac ever. In fact, if you really want to say, you could say 6ix9ine has more of an impact on the rat thing because he represents the modern snitch. So there you go. That's
6ix9ine
impact.
has no fucking impact. Six
Yes, he
nine
does.
is
More than Triple X.
He does have impact. It sucks, but he has impact in a bad way. He has impact as in everybody's gonna know him as the rapper who snitched, kept on trolling, and keeps hiding behind police. But that's still an impact, regardless of it. X's impact really wasn't that good. It really wasn't that good musically or iconically. People like getting tattoos of X. People like to say that, but nobody's really gonna say, "Oh man, he had that great classic album." He didn't. He didn't have the classic album. He didn't have the classic tracks. You know.
All right, can I stop you right there though?
Okay, well, what classic tracks you finna pull out?
Oh no, I'm not gonna apply nothing. What I'm gonna say is, you're saying he really didn't have I'm sorry, what'd you say? He didn't have a what? Impact, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
he
you
didn't
said
have.
he didn't have an impact. Yeah, you really didn't have an impact, but you're not saying he absolutely did not at all under any circumstance have any impact.
No, everybody has an impact, but he does not even fucking come close to having the impact as
That
Tupac.
Tupac,
Right?
you're missing the question. He asked you to compare to Tupac, not whether he had an impact or not. You join something, you're gonna have an impact somehow, whether it's very
Yeah.
small or it's fucking
Or
ginormous.
minuscule. But to say that his is as big as Tupac's, no other rapper currently. There's rappers who say, "Oh, that they're inspired by X," but who the fuck says that? He was in the game for like five years, and only two where he was close to getting on top, but he really wasn't on top. And honestly, as fucked up as this is to sound, because I fucking hate this rapper, but he has a big ass impact. The only real reason X popped off was because Drake tried to copy his flow on that one track, and I remember
Wait, you
motherfucker,
think Drake is trash?
huh?
You think Drake is trash?
I do not like Drake's music. He has an impact, but to say that
I
he's
don't
one
like
of the
Drake's music
goats,
either.
no. I won't say he's one of the goats. I damn sure ain't gonna say he's close to Tupac's legacy at all. But you could acknowledge someone's impact and not be a fan of them. It happens. Yeah, you better type. That's you typing a better fucking reason why X has close of
No,
an
I had my
impact
no,
to Tupac.
I had no. Actually, I had my head up against the fridge.
Oh shit. Oh, you getting me a water now? I hate to hurt your feelings.
Both of y'all motherfuckers said Drake is trash.
I didn't say he's trash. There's a difference between saying you don't like someone's music and saying they're trash.
Yeah,
Okay, my fault.
yeah, but X, like,
Drake
dude, I
got
could,
some bangers, but it's not like I'm gonna go out of my way to listen to
yeah,
fucking Drake.
I could tell you right now, artists in one hand from the modern. If we're going 2010s to now,
Hey,
I
hold
could
on.
say
Hey,
Rick Ross of all people has a fucking higher impact than XX.
hold on. I want to stop you right here real quick because I have the text to show it, and I wish I recorded it at the time. And I really hope he was joking and trolling about it. But DJ said that Soldier Boy is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
I like Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy's contribution to
He,
the hip hop game is phenomenal when you really think
Wait,
about it.
his three videos? I'm
Dude,
sorry, his two
he
videos. The
started
Soldier Boy and
he
Kiss Me to
started
the
a
Bone.
whole wave of the way people were making
he,
music. What are you talking about?
he
But
started a wave of shit, in my opinion. I don't like Soldier.
hold on. Where the fuck he at now? He ain't nowhere to be found. He had
That
that
dude
one
has got
interview talking
money
about,
on money. What are you
He
talking
got stacks
about?
on stacks. Granted,
but
he was one of the first. He started a trend that I didn't like, which was sad. He was, to his credit, that whole For one, the Soldier Boy cranked that beat. He made
But
it
you
on his
guys
own.
like that?
He's his own
Bro,
producer.
I love that.
He produces like.
But he produced that. His thing is more producing now.
I'm saying now, like he asked where he's at, but I'm like, bro, Soldier Boy had a huge impact on the rap game.
Soldier Boy had a huge impact. It's not one that I like, but it was a
That
huge
dude,
impact.
his new music is fucking garbage.
Like, I
Better than
fucking
X.
hate Gucci Mane's music to a T, but I can't even say he has a bigger impact than XXXTentacion.
I wouldn't go as far as to say. I mean, for me, I wouldn't say I hate Gucci, but there are some things I'm like, dude, you're doing too much at this point, and you're kind of veering off the path of what you originally were. Like when he had East Side Pyru, I'm like, dude, you're not the same Gucci anymore. Please stop trying this.
Well, that's why people got to change. People got to change, and that's why, like, one of my problems, since we brought him up, and it's 2020, and I want to talk about somebody who's still alive. We were talking about Eminem, and I was saying I don't like any modern shit that Eminem puts out compared to what he had, because I grew when I was like 14 and I went through some shit. I would listen to the Marshall Mathers LP, the Slim Shady LP. I liked his fucking tracks, the way how he's flipping it. But the thing is, he is too old. He doesn't. He's not really struggling anymore, and he doesn't really sound like he's going through a struggle. Like he's sober, and I'm not saying he's got to get on drugs to be a better rapper. He's got to be good. Is he better than most of the rappers out now? Yes, but now some of his punchlines and his lyrics kind of just make me go like, what the fuck was this? This is retarded. When this man said, "Have you ever heard of Chris Christopherson?" Well, I'm pissed offerson. I was like, bro, me and you do open mic nights. If you don't get that shit out of here, bro, you would have gotten booed the fuck up. If Eminem back then would listen to Eminem now, he would have dissed the shit out of himself because he's working with all the pop stars that he was dissing in the 2000s, and then he comes out with this shit.
But that's his thing, and I think if he was talking about doing this song with Juice WRLD. He was saying that how while that Juice WRLD, is not really in the same genre as him. He said that he's actually talked to he was actually talking to him before he passed. He said that he told him that he had a huge impact on the way he started up rapping and why he wanted to become a rapper. Most rappers nowadays don't fucking they don't like
a lot of rappers were inspired by Eminem.
No, that's without a doubt. Yes, and DJ, I know you don't like modern day rappers because they either mumble or they just don't. They don't fit your taste. Let's be a lot of like Snoop Dogg, or whatever. They would rap about the
Snoop Dogg would destroy him in a battle, though. Let's just get that clear right now. I know
2021 Snoop Dogg. You think so?
Did you not see the fucking freestyles that he was throwing on verses with DMX? He just came up with that shit off the dome. If Snoop actually puts his mind on dissing somebody, he will diss them, and he will do that shit brutally. This is the only man.
Eminem didn't really throw a hard.
Snoop is the only
jab
man.
At him, though.
Snoop is the only man to make Suge Knight look weak.
I don't know.
Bro,
when he dropped
pretty sure anybody can make Suge Knight look weak. Eminem
he's in
can
jail
make Suge
now.
Knight look weak.
Everybody can say that now because he's in jail, but
well, that's because Suge Knight ran. That's because Suge Knight ran over somebody 3 times.
Yeah, everybody can talk shit now that Suge's in jail, but if that man was loose, motherfuckers would kept that mouth closed.
Yeah. Suge gave Easy AIDS.
Snoop has always been a legit level, like top tier fucking MC. And I think if he wanted to, if he really did go at it with him, he could. Granted, I don't know where the fuck.
Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Snoop. Actually, he's like I agree with you. He is one of my favorites. But no, Eminem is crazy when it comes to dissing. He will diss his own mom if he has to. He don't give a damn. Dude, he's dissed himself before. Literally, he's dissed himself.
Let me put it to you like this. Killshot, in my opinion, barely beat MGK's diss, and I was disappointed saying that. Because when Eminem came with the diss, I was expecting some hardcore shit, but Eminem, his disses aren't even as strong as they were. They're really not.
Eminem, because MGK don't deserve a damn Eminem Slim Shady diss.
Okay, but like look at This motherfucker from early 2000s was dissing Everlast from House of Pain
But look,
and fucking
hold on,
Fred Durst off of one line that they would
hold on.
say towards him.
I'm
He
gonna
would
stop.
diss
I'm gonna
people
stop you.
for dissing him on interviews.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there, because I'm gonna say this. I feel like that whole beef anyway with MGK was set up. I feel like that was a whole.
Here comes this conspiracy theorist. God.
Bro, because I'm telling you,
weren't y'all just
Eminem's
discussing
diss
this
would have
at the
been
beginning?
so hard.
Y'all were just
Eminem's diss
discussing
would have
how
been
there are
so
people
hard,
out
but
there
he
with
took it so
conspiracy theories.
lightly. Eminem took this shit so lightly, and then he
Took
he
this
doesn't even
shit
mention
lightly.
anymore.
This motherfucker had a whole week. He said, I'm going to release a diss. I'm going to do that. Then he does 2 whole ass hour interviews with Sway, clears his whole fucking schedule, and then drops this diss track. Then from there tries to get mad. He's trying to diss Joe Budden, which honestly, I wish Joe Budden would come out of retirement because Joe Budden underestimated
Please
MC
don't
in
say
my
that.
opinion.
Oh my
Go
god,
listen
his music is so fucking trash. Oh my god.
Not if you're listening to the mood music, the mood musics. Those I think were where you get better Joe.
Hey,
Slaughterhouse Joe.
guys. So we still got to talk about December. Just to let y'all know.
Hey, I don't give a fuck about December. Joe Budden's music is absolutely trash.
Boy, stop it. Joe Budden.
Trash.
Joe Budden is good on the mic. Do I think he's better than Eminem? No.
No.
But Joe
I don't
Budden's
know
good on the
because
mic. What you mean?
yeah, when he dropped
So far,
Making of a Murderer.
John looks like he likes somebody like Triple X.
Huh?
Hold on. So far, my only favorite disses, people who can actually make a good diss, is Eminem, Nas, who
Nas,
else?
you can't even pronounce his
Easy,
name right. It's Nas.
whatever. Nas, I don't give a damn. And Easy-E, because Easy-E was fucking them up on real motherfucking G's.
Man, Ice Cube destroyed.
Yeah, you never heard of Ice Cube? Ice Cube, Cypress Hill then beat Ice Cube when they dropped Ice Cube Killer. Dude, you go like I love rap because rap's been the genre that I was surrounded by my whole childhood. So I've actually listened. I'll go back. I'll listen to deep cuts. I'll go listen to some shit that's like obscure from the 80s all the way till now. You know, I love hip hop. It's the genre that I fucking loved all my childhood. And it's the one that I'll still listen to. But dude, there's some good ass disses. When people get mad and they want to make a diss, he is one of the best diss track artists, but even he said that there's better than him. Like he's humble enough to accept
that. I agree. But his diss track to MGK was not even that weak.
It was pretty weak compared to shit that Eminem used to do. Dude, Eminem, because this is the thing. Like you're saying, oh, he's treating it light. That's the thing. Well, because this is Eminem. Eminem. Don't act like we didn't grow up around the same time.
No, hold on. Because that's not Slim Shady. Like I get it's the same person, but somebody was explaining this on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. He was like, it's not Slim Shady. Slim Shady is done sobered up, got out of that type of life, so he's cleaner now. He was like, that's not Slim Shady. I guarantee you, if you went back to the way he was living back then, Slim Shady would pop up. But right now,
it's like a 12-year-old.
Because there's people who've even had good diss tracks against Eminem. He never responded to Searching for Bobby Fischer, and that one fucking Evidence slapped his ass up completely. I'm gonna go give you like a whole list of people who've dissed Eminem who've dropped some good shit on him. Now, I could say somebody was like, you know what? Speaking of which, I will say this. I'll say that X will be the 2000s generation's Ja Rule. There we go. That's what X should be. He could be Ja Rule. Ooh, baby. Actually, no, because Ja Rule has some hits with Ashanti. So, shit.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, probably unrelated, but didn't Ja Rule get booed off of Milwaukee's stage or Milwaukee's court?
Yeah, he did. No, he got booed, and then they were practicing behind him. They didn't even let him finish his set. Niggas was out here shooting threes in the background, practicing.
Ja Rule performs at birthday parties now for like $50.
I felt so bad because I actually, as a kid, I used to think like his tracks with Ashanti were cool, but then everybody like Busta Rhymes,
Everybody
DMX,
feel that
Eminem,
song.
everybody. You know what's crazy though? The reason they dissed him was for going mainstream and for going pop. How the fuck not everybody teamed up to go against Drake? I do not understand. That's how you know rap fell off then. Because that was the whole big thing against Ja Rule was, oh shit, he's going too soft. He's making these women shit. Let's all get at him. So 50 went at him. Eminem went at him. Busta Rhymes went at him. DMX
Drake
went
was
at him.
never full on rap.
Eve went at him. Fucking Jadakiss went at him. There's a whole
He's so fine, man.
Eve was fine, man. Little Kim used to be so amazing, and then she fucking got that surgery, and it just saddened me.
Yeah.
That was a bigger tragedy than fucking Pac and Biggie dying was what Kim did to her face. That was the true biggest tragedy in hip hop.
All right, y'all.
All right, it's December. We close it off. Well, first of all, we were still in November. We're talking about, speaking of Snoop Dogg, that commentary. What did y'all think about the Tyson versus Jones deal?
I enjoyed every minute of it.
I was so disappointed because I wanted Roy Jones Jr. to do more.
He got broken ribs and then
he just he ran. The funniest part though is when Mike grabs the mic while Jones is getting interviewed and says, "Yeah, we're gonna run it back," and I have it recorded on my phone. The fear in Roy Jones Jr.'s face.
Roy Jones.
He was like, he grabs the mic back like, "Yeah, we're gonna talk with some people." He probably blocked Mike Tyson on Twitter that day.
Fuck that, man.
He said, "Fuck that." Tyson is ready. And you know what's crazy? You know who else is ready to go against Tyson? Evander Holyfield, who apparently is still fit.
I'm not gonna lie. My dumb ass like you were gonna say Jake Paul. I was like, bro, you know what? That's at 50. Because I'm Jake Paul may be 21 years old, but at 50, Mike would still drop him.
This nigga ugly.
Okay. I was really this close to believing you was finna say some stupid shit. Like he could drop Tyson. I was really
Bro, because I used to like joke around like, bro, I it's like I used to joke around like, again, joke around. I used to be like, bro, Mike Tyson, 50-something years old, I could beat his ass. And then like that whole joke faded away once I seen him training in his garage. I was like, never mind.
Never mind, dude. Well, I was joking with DJ once, waiting for training, and we said if Mike Tyson punched your mom in front of you, what are you finna do? And DJ said, "Damn, mom, why did you block?" It was like if Mike Tyson, I'd say if Mike Tyson just fucking punched my mom's face, I'm like, well, damn, mom, I thought you taught me better than that. What about you, Trey? Trey, if Mike Tyson straight up rolled up in front of you, punched your mom, what you finna do?
You ain't gonna fight back? Because I'm not.
Now, if you walking with your girl and Amanda Nunes smacks your girl in the ass, what you finna do?
Damn, it's Amanda Nunes. She done rocked the fuck of a dude already.
Oh yeah, man. Amanda Nunes is scary as fuck.
That dude's name was Cyborg. And by the way, yes,
bruh, don't you diss Chris Cyborg like that. Niggas hating on Chris Cyborg, but Chris Cyborg was a beast.
Yeah,
no, hold on.
She looked like a beast too, but Cyborg is a beast, but nah, bro. Bro, have you even seen China yet? Like, does he even know who that is? He probably thinks I'm talking about Black China. I'm talking about like the original China. There's some muscular ass females in this world. Some crazy ass muscular females.
He said he's talking about Black
China. Hey, DJ, hey, don't we have a group chat with me, you, and Hector?
Yeah,
I think so.
What chat is that? And what's your number so I can see if I can get this right?
I ain't gonna say it over the air.
No, fuck, damn. DJ, type something in the chat with the. with this motherfucker's name. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
You never
Just trying to remember.
responded after I sent that photo.
Okay, do you have an Android or iPhone? If you have a green bubble, I ain't gonna text you.
I have an Android, sir.
Yeah. So
The
hey,
last
DJ,
thing
I'm
that we sent is when we put the young woke, the 13th disciple.
motherfucker.
I just text y'all right now.
This dude. All right,
All right. But
bro, this year I was like, this is when she got busted for steroids.
Who?
Chris Cyborg.
Oh
yeah, we know. I knew Cyborg was on that juice. We weren't saying if she was on steroids or not. We were just saying.
Hey, my dad goes. There's a dick down there somewhere.
that's fucked up.
I remember, bro. I remember
I got something in my eye.
my uncle was just like, bro, what the fuck
Wait,
is
did
with
she
you?
really say this? Did Ronda Rousey really say that? But she won't go against her in the ring.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey said she would never go against Chris Cyborg in the ring. But then again, seeing how she...
No. Ronda Rousey said Chris Cyborg is a cheater with a penis.
Yeah, she did. And then got her ass rocked by Amanda Nunes. Bro, the downfall of Ronda Rousey was so fucking hilarious.
I don't understand why they consider her a Hall of Famer.
I mean, she only lost twice.
It's because for what she did for women, yes, she's a Hall of Famer. Is she that skilled at it? Fuck no. But she is. I ain't gonna try.
Hold on. My thing is, the only problem that went wrong with Ronda Rousey, she was afraid to try anything new. That was her only flaw.
There was no need for her to try anything new.
Trying something new is what cost her against Holly Holm. She tried to box Holly Holm,
boxer,
and she got whooped the fuck. If she would have just used the same BJJ that she would have done, I think she would have been the female equivalent of a young Hoist Gracie because she was doing well.
What happened was she outboxed Beth Correa, and it went to her head because her striking coach told her it looked super good, even though it wasn't that crisp. She got super lucky on that knockout. And then she was like, okay, well, I'm just going to fucking box Holly Holm. I'm going to beat her at her own fucking game. She got fucking dominated. Then, for some reason, someone told her to do the same shit against Amanda Nunes.
It was the same coach. Same coach.
I would have fired that man. I would have fired the damn coach.
It was just like, nah, bro.
Oh, is she still in the WWE? Because I remember her announcing she was going there, and then
she's still in the WWE.
She's still contracted.
She's still contracted, but she's not doing wrestling. Like she just did like a video game stream with them recently. But
you know what? I'm not gonna lie. If you she's actually a really entertaining person. She's a really entertaining person when it comes to streaming video games. Like extremely entertaining. I've watched her shit.
That's whack. You watch Ronda Rousey's gaming channel?
Yeah, I don't watch no other, but I don't really watch anybody else's gaming channel, to be honest. But
what the hell do you watch on YouTube and Twitch?
Huh?
Not everybody uses Twitch, bro.
Well, I use Twitch, but I normally watch another podcast. Like I'm watching Double Toasted and shit like that.
Okay.
Or like who uses Twitch to watch somebody's podcast?
Anyways, yeah, but it's then. So that's about it for December. I gotta take a piss, so I'm gonna cut it off right now. If y'all want to try to record a part 2 or some shit, but I'm done with my shit. But yeah, man, 2020 year in review. We clocked in at about, holy shit, why does it say 9 minutes and 42 seconds? We recorded for a lot longer than that. What the fuck? All right, let's see what's going on.
We've been recording for 37 minutes.
No, we haven't been recording for no 37 minutes. It's been a lot longer than that.
No, I said 2 hours and 37 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's probably how long you've been in. Mine says 3 hours and 17.
Okay, cool. Okay, as long as it all says good. But anyways,
we'll say 2 hours, give or take.
Yeah, man. So we've discussed various things. I wish we could do another podcast so we could go in deeper on some of the shit that Trey says. I think we spent like a whole ass 10 minutes talking about X not being better than Pac.
This dude.
Bro, but honestly, Trey, if you're down for it, like I said, I love rap history and all that. So if you're down to do like a rap podcast to talk about shit, because we didn't talk about like Tory Lane shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, and that was
Okay,
like a big
hold
old
on.
deal. Oh my god,
Before we
nigga, I said
go,
I had to pee.
no, before we go, I used to say that he didn't shoot her, but then things started coming out, and I agree that he did shoot her, but something else happened in that car because they both stopped talking about it. Both of them.
Yeah, when
Something
you're in
else
the
happened in that car.
case, you don't talk about it. When you're in
Okay,
a case,
guys.
you don't talk about it. When it's an open
This has
case.
been fun, but I do have to go.
All right, well, DJ's going to leave.
All
All
right.
right, we'll talk about it more in detail. We could talk about other hip hop shit and things that we want to, but we finna take it off,
We should
everybody.
do this Friday. We should do this Friday. The podcast on Friday because I don't know if you're gonna do the podcast tomorrow with me and DJ.
I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, just call me. I'm off tomorrow too. But yeah, man.
All right, bro.
Telling y'all peace. Happy
All right,
New
bro.
Year, everybody. Hopefully it goes better than 2021. Peace, everybody.
Later.
Later.